No, you're not. You're just a young kid.
I did grow up here, yeah.
But you grew up here, and you knew the downtown when it was thriving, and things were.
I did. I mean, I remember as a little girl, this is where my mother shopped, and I could tell you all the way around the square, all the places we went to, and the things that I remember that were. I think it was a very neat downtown, and we had the Sears down here. We had a little store called Martha Catoy, which was where all the children's clothes came from. The two Biddings drugstores, the one where Biddings, where Harry's is now, and had the best lunch counter soda bar you've ever seen. Woolworths. Yep. I mean, there's just a lot of good memories. It was a great, thriving downtown. You know, you'll see pictures with all the cars parked. And
I loved it. And, of course, there were things like Marion Hardware down the street.
Marion Hardware. Mike and I bought our first TV in Marion Hardware. It was one of those big suckers.
Yeah, you didn't think about a hardware store, but yeah.
That's how old I am. No.
Well, I go back to beyond that, the days that when I was a small child, back at, in the Civil War.
I get it.
But my mom and dad and I and my sister would walk around the square and window shop at night.
Sure.
And there's, I don't remember the stories, but you mentioned a couple. It was a Lerner's, too.
Lerner's was like, there was a little shop on the corner, and then Lerner's, and then Diana's shop, which is my store, and now used to be Diana's shop.
That was Diana's shop.
I had, mine was Diana's shop.
And so what's cool now is you are in a building that has a lot of history.
Very much.
And it was the theater at one time.
Yeah, it was the Dixie Theater, and it was silent movies built in the 20s. They went to talkies in the 40s, but when the Marion Theater opened, it closed because it did not have air conditioning.
That was in 1941.
Exactly.
Apparently, that was when they were, right around the war years, and that's when it opened. So.
Yeah. And
that no air conditioning.
I can't. I have some ads from some programs from the original theater, and it says air cooled. And they have little fans on the wall, and you can see it in the pictures. So I understand that the Marion Theater was the first air-conditioned building in Marion County.
It probably was, I would guess, too. And because air conditioning, I wrote an article just coming up in the next magazine about how to how to survive the summer. And I think back to my day, it was, it's like I was walking to school in the snow, but my day was a situation where we didn't have air conditioning. In our house, we didn't have air conditioning.
We didn't have it, and we didn't think about it. We didn't know what we were missing, I guess.
Yeah.
It was like that. We just endured.
We did, and then we waited for the afternoon showers at 4 o'clock, and then they came and they went swimming at Silver Springs, where it was, we talked about this yesterday, where it was so cold that if you went in there for 1 hour, your lips turned blue in the summer because it was 90 outside and 72 in the water.
You had to plunge in. You couldn't walk in. You had to plunge in off one of the pontoons.
Absolutely. Well, I want to just take you back to the last event that was held here. Shannon Roth's our guest. The Shannon Roth Collection. You and your daughter, Cass Retz, of course, you have several businesses. One that you have your designer, among other things, right?
Yes.
And tell people what that means, a designer. Do you think designer, you make dresses? No. Designers do a lot of things, including furnish houses.
Right. Well, some people call us decorators, and that's just fine, too. But that's what we do. We design what works for you in your space, and then accomplish that by putting it all together, styling it, which is another term that's kind of like hair. No, we style your home right down to the smallest detail of accessory. So that's what we do.
Yeah, I say designers. I have a friend that owns furniture stores and accessories, and he calls it designers.
Yes.
Consequently, your business, you have business outside the office and in the office, and when Maggie's in there usually, or perhaps Kim is in there, whatever. So you have this. Tell people what your store. You have a variety of really special gifts and things. I know that my family says nobody's got a place like Shannon. Hers is totally different, and it is. And there's all kinds of things you can go in there and buy.
Well, I appreciate all the compliments.
It's true.
I do have a good setting. I've got a great palette to do it in, and the building that we just spoke about. Because when you walk in, it's a shock. you don't expect what you see. The ceilings are 26 feet high. They're arched. It has a lot of the original architecture still in place. And we tweaked it a little bit and did a little bit that's maybe unexpected to go with a historical building, but it all works. We have furniture. We have artwork. We have accessories for your tabletop, dishware, anything that you need for the home. We call ourselves really a lifestyle store.
Lifestyle store, I like that.
Lifestyle store. We're sort of your one-stop shop for the home, because while we're gift wrapping something you may have bought in our children's boutique, you can look around and find a hostess gift or a bracelet for yourself. We don't sell fine jewelry, but we sell beautiful jewelry that you can afford to pick up any time without begging someone to buy it for you.
Yeah. I want to make a point to bring this up, because the person is here. I wanted to wait till they got here, and I don't know if this is related to what she wanted to say or not, but we're joined now by Angie Lewis. Angie Lewis, State Farm.
One of my favorite ladies.
She is one of my favorite ladies, too, as a matter of fact. And I don't care if you were jealous, Clint, too bad. Okay, it's just how it is.
He'll have to get over it.
Angie, good to see you again.
You too, both of you.
And I passed by your place. We'll talk about that in a minute. I want to get to this because this relates to you, Angie. When we had the Silver Springs International Film Festival, which was planned out to downtown to participate in a big way, took a massive orchestration to get this thing going. You've been here for a while. You know how hard it is to get people together and do things. And this lady over here did a fabulous job of putting it together. And I'm pointing to Angie. But let me say this. If I had to give an award out for somebody who really went all out that night with what she did in her store and the food she served, Shannon Roth would get that fabulous job in the film festival. I'm sure you'd echo that sentiment.
Word on the street from everyone that was out and about that night. Same thing. They all kept saying, oh, my gosh. They were just blown away. And it was great because a lot of people who, what I found was there were several people who'd never been in the store before.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that was good, too. But, yeah, Shannon was way above, not only in the store, but then she also decorated 3 tables for the Saturday night event that were just amazing. So,
well, I have to say that it was a labor of love, and my motto of go big or go home surely prevailed that night. Because
you did go big.
We did go big, but that was what we intended to do, and we were so thrilled, and we thought it was a wonderful, wonderful event, and I cannot wait until October and we do it again.
Yay.
I think we have a reputation now that we have to live up to.
Right. Well, Well, and the thing is, and that's what I told Buddy when he told me that you were going to be on the show. It's like, oh, I wanted to say something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But that was a piece of it. But not only, she didn't do it just for that night. That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about, and I was listening to the show on the way in and how long you've been in business and everything. But she makes her store so inviting. I know the city brought in, the consultant that time, and he went around, he shared things. But I think what Shannon does different than a lot of other people is she listens, and then she puts things to action. He shared some things with her about, opening her door. And now when you walk by, her doors are open.
Except today because it's so hot.
It's hot. And that's got to be expensive, and I thought about that, too. But it's always inviting, and there's always things out there that make you want to come in. And the window display.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Buddy, I hadn't shared this with you yet. I already kind of told Shannon the other day. But, okay, so like you're talking about with the film festival, one of the things that she did was not only did she put on have the food and be a huge part of everything that happened, but she extended her store hours. She worked around everything that was going on downtown and all of that, and I know she had new traffic from that. But I was down here last weekend for the Wine and Tapas event on Saturday night. Same thing. There were 2 retailers open. There were 300 people downtown walking all around, going from restaurant to restaurant. Jezebel's and Shannon Roth both open, and when I walked by their stores, both had people in there doing business.
Well, doesn't that surprise me?
But I was shocked. I'm like, why is everyone not open? There are 300 people downtown walking the streets.
Nothing makes me feel better than to look out and see people around the square. And so why wouldn't, we want to have our doors open so they can see us. It's just a great feeling. I'm depressed when it's quiet. Whether they're coming to my store or not. We love the activity, and it's just fun for us.
It just shows what a savvy businesswoman she is. I mean, she takes advantage of the situation. People are coming down, but people are going to shop, too. If there's places to go into, they're going to stop and do that.
If it ever comes to the point where we're able to be open every night, we would be. It's just logistically impossible with
well, not every night. I mean, that's tough, yeah.
But a lot of people don't come down during the daytime because they can't. So when there's an opportunity for me to introduce myself to someone who comes at night, they'll make a point maybe to come back on a weekend or another time when they're able to.
You were rewarded too by staying open that night. I know the story what happened to you during the film festival because people came in. What happened?
We had people come in who weren't supposed to be eating at our table, but we were so happy about that.
But you had somebody come in and wanted you to do a decorating job, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Because you were open that night.
Absolutely.
So there you go.
Absolutely.
Proper, right?
It is, and that's why you do it. It's you know.
It was so darn good, the interlopers started coming in. She couldn't keep it out.
I don't know if people understand the way it was set up. Yeah. You had an armband that was just...
I saw several that were...
Where you ate in which store that was serving food, and we had several who had the wrong color armband, but they knew very well they were not supposed to be there. They just came because they heard...
We had to do it, and that was the thing. And who would? I mean, and that was to try to control them out, and somebody getting bombarded. But you were so generous and said, "Come on in."
So much food, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah. And that was due to Cindy Dingus and Martha Jane Davis, who we had cater our food. It was delightful.
Oh, it was wonderful.
It was the best.
Well, let me ask Shannon, as one of the stakeholders and somebody who's been here a long time doing this, how are we doing on our progress with the city's vision and what we're trying to accomplish downtown? There's a lot of things yet they're years off, but how are we doing so far in your eyes, and be honest, about the plan or program to bring people downtown Ocala and to generate more business and to make this town even more alive than it is right now?
I feel a lot more confident in what's going on right now than I've ever felt. I feel confident that the boutique hotel will come to pass. I feel confident that the old Sprint telephone building will be residences, and they're going to be fabulous. And so, I'm really pulling for Sandy McBride and the Pink Boys to get that done, because I feel that those are the two things that mean the most to me right now, and to all of us, because it's going to change the face of downtown. It will change the face of downtown. I can't wait.
And then we've got Tuscaloosa Park.
Then all of that is just going to be icing on our cake.
A feeder system.
It's beautiful down there now.
I think he wants to be hurt.
I know. It was a cute little vehicle. It's a darling dog.
Not so much the property anyway. So.
But Tuscaloosa, we had a FAFO event in the depot last week.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. Just an amazing little event area. And they have a beautiful view out on Tuscaloosa Park now that the city has improved. You just don't remember that it could have ever, you don't realize it could have ever looked like that.
We don't do much down there at the train station, which I think is a great, great place to do things. I mean, at least I've not been to an event.
Well, I went in and I did the decor for the party that night, and it was delightful.
I bet it was.
It was just delightful. The inside of the depot is the way it was when I remember when I was a little girl.
Yeah. You take trains there?
Yeah. No, I really never took trains, but for some reason we went there. I honestly don't remember why.
I took several trips down there as a kid.
But it's an adorable spot, and I think we're really lucky that it didn't get demolished.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now, downtown, people who had great passion about downtown, and the deal is that there are people recognizing the value of being downtown, and this one over here now is about to become a member of the fraternity of downtown, Angie Lewis State Farm Agency, and the old Trey Sheik building over there.
Yep.
How good is that going to be?
It's going to be very good, because it's going to prove to everyone else that a service like insurance can thrive downtown and in a fabulous setting, because she's the winner. She's going to have the best of both worlds. She's going to work in an environment that she loves.
You know how excited I am. Shannon's been over to visit.
I know. I'm so happy for her.
We're very excited. And again, we want to make it. My vision and goal too is yes, we'll be doing work there. We'll be living there, and we will be playing. We want community to use the building as well.
The playing part I want to talk about. I expect some porch parties.
There's going to be.
Oh, I definitely think there porch parties. That porch was built to party.
And we've got our own musicians.
Might find a musician to play.
So,
come back to the break. We'll talk about that. Well, Shannon, again, all your work with the Marion Theater that was kind of, I mean, this is, a lot of people have done this over the years, a long time before we got involved, but the Marion Theater is where Angie and I met.
Exactly.
And other people got bonded together.
I agree.
And I think that's sort of the genesis of some things now that maybe we're doing, the film festival, and exponentially, these increases in interest and whatever could be nothing but good for us.
I agree. We're all bonded with the downtown. We're one big family. The downtown is a network, I think, of bright people who want the same thing. Mm-hmm. And we want to just bring our town back to the way it used to be, a center for people to live in and shop in, get their services. And Angie offering what she's going to be offering is kind of maybe the first step. Because when the consultant was here, Mr. Gibbs, that was one thing he said. You know, you're going to have residences, and they're going to have to do business. And that's not just eating and shopping. It's everything that we need services from, laundromats, a laundry, cars, whatever it is.
How about a drugstore?
A drugstore, exactly.
A grocery store.
Yes,
but grocery store.
Yeah,
right. A small. I mean,
so you can
believe me, if I can walk everywhere, that is my desire. That is my dream.
That's what's going to make it unique. And so many people think we're unique like we are. They just haven't seen anything yet. Right.
It's going to be exciting. Well, Shannon, I want to thank you once again for all you've done in the community. Good to see you again, although you live right behind me.
I know.
I never see you and Mike anymore because you're just going 90 miles an hour.
We'll just have to yell across the fence.
We can do that for sure. And good luck with all the things you got going on.
Thank you.
We'll talk some more as we get closer to the next phase of the festival, and hope you'll come back on the show some more. And I want to talk to you about decorating sometime, all right?
I'll be happy to.
All right, maybe some ideas.
Thank you for doing this. We love the way you love downtown.
Well, I appreciate that very much. And so it's just great to generate the enthusiasm that people like Angie and you generate. That's what excites me, so people get together with a little bit of a vision, a little elbow grease. And,
I don't want to get feminist, but there are a lot of great women doing business.
Absolutely. No, that's good. That's okay. You know what? Women do the work. Believe me. All right. That's going to wrap up.
We try, right?
Shannon Robb from Shannon Robb Collection. Coming up next, Angie's got musicians. Wow. Coming up next, we'll hear from the Blue Jays right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, live and local on The Source.
Happy clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA The Source.
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, it's our business to make your business better. Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. Sources saying the White House didn't tell Congress about a prisoner swap for Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl due to a Taliban threat to kill him if the deal went public. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid supporting that move.
The president did this in consultation as Commander-in-Chief with his highest military advisors, and there's not a single one that I'm aware of disagreed with his decision.
The Pentagon, meantime, saying Bergdahl's health is improving. 15 employees fired at General Motors over the company's recent ignition switch recalls and subsequent crash deaths. GM releasing results of an internal investigation into the recall of 2.6 million cars.
GM says 13 people died, but victims' lawyers believe the number is higher because the automaker isn't counting backseat passengers. GM still faces criminal probes.
Fox Radio's Jennifer Kuiper. More bridge inspections in Delaware after an I-495 bridge was closed over safety concerns. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now, 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-894-8166.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hi, this is Jonathan from the Blue Jays Band. We're opening up for Sister Hazel on June 14th in downtown Ocala. But before that, on June 10th, I'd like to personally invite you to our debut CD release party at the historic Ocala Marion Theater. It's a free event, so grab your friends and maybe some not-so-friendly friends, and even that cute girl that ignores you from across the room, and come enjoy the show. It all starts at 8 p.m. on June 10th, so make sure to RSVP on our website at bluejaysband.com or call 867-5309. Yes, that's our real number.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. We're live from downtown. Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. Thanks to Shannon Roth for joining us. And now it's time to feature another lady. It's Ladies' Day. Angie Lewis used to be heard on Tuesdays, now usually on Thursdays when she's available because she's right down the street.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. It is a little more convenient right here.
We just move the show for you, whatever it takes. We'll make you happy. So, well, we've got a special guest coming up here in a minute, right?
I do. He actually just ran to his car, but yeah we've got Jared Quidley and I think Jonathan Pierce, his partner from the Blue Jays band, are going to be joining us and talking about their exciting news they have coming up next week. So, yeah, so I don't want to.
Don't give it away.
I don't want to give it all away, but so they've got some good stuff to share with us. You know, they're kind of a neat story. We had them on the show a long time, and you remember when we had them on the show, they just came here for the summer,
right?
And were just going to work on their album and stuff, and fell in love with Ocala, and have decided to stay. And I love that, you know, because you know,
I remember Jared, and they played over at the older Cascades that day in the studio.
Right.
And we actually adopted them as our official house band.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They played the song Yesterday, which is on their album that they've been working on.
Not the one that the Beatles did, but another one.
Yeah, no, not the one. But it's awesome. I think that's my favorite song.
Yeah?
So, I don't know.
Well,
but we can get Jared all...
well, we can do that, and we also get to play Fake or Factor. But before we get Jared, let me just say to you... that tell us the date for the opening of the building over at Fort King.
Wonderful. Yeah, we will officially be open on June 20. On June 20th. Is that you again? You know, he can't stand it that he's not here. His voice has to be heard somehow. But June 23rd is the opening official day, the first day that we will be at the 416 East Fort King location. So yeah, we're very excited about that. Now we probably will. That'll be a day of a little bit of stress because I'm sure our phones won't be up right away, and our computers won't be up right away and everything. But we'll be ready. We're going to be there. So
kind of like doing radio sometimes.
Yeah, like
when
today.
Things don't work. That'll be kind of it for you. That when you get in there, there'll be somebody's going to Murphy's Law will prevail.
Right.
No question.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's going to be exciting. I know you're excited about it. We'll talk more about it along the way. You'll be on the show every week giving us updates, and we do expect to have a little coffee and.
We're going to do a live remote from there for sure. That'll be fun. Right.
Well, let's welcome in your guests and talk about what the special event is.
Yay! So welcome, Jared.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I kind of gave, as you went to get your flyers and stuff, I said that you and Jonathan have the Blue Jays band, and you've got some exciting news to share with us, share with the community. And I also was sharing how you only came here for a summer to work on your album and ended up staying, and how we love that. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Blue Jays, the official house band of the program.
Absolutely. It's been too long since I've been here.
So tell us what's going on next week.
I'm here basically to promote the June 10th show we're having at the Marion Theater downtown. We just are releasing our album. We just finished it this past month, and it's coming out June 10th. So we're having a big party at the Marion Theater downtown this coming Tuesday, June 10th, and it's from 8 to 10. And you can RSVP by going to bluejaysband.com. And that's one word, blue like it sounds, blue, Jays, band.com.
Okay, so you RSVP, but is there a cost associated with?
There is no cost. It's open to the public.
Okay.
And we basically the setup will be get there a little bit early for good seats. It is limited to about 310 seats, I believe. And what we're going to do is we're going to play the album. Now, there will be some food and concessions provided by the theater and by us.
Okay, when you say play the album, do you mean you're going to put it on and we're going to listen to it, or are you guys actually going to play?
We are actually going to play.
Yay. Yay, live music. And the acoustics in that theater is fabulous.
We wouldn't make you do that. Yeah, I'm excited about playing there. A number of years ago, I myself was, before it became the Marion Theater, I guess, again, I was there doing a play. There was an Ocala Youth Theater there, and I did a play on the stage there. So it's kind of fun to go back to it in a different manner.
Triumphant return of Jared to the Marion Theater.
Yeah, I like it.
Now that they've restored it, and it's beautiful, obviously. So what we'll be doing is we'll have a meet and greet. We'll be signing CDs, giving away the CDs. We only have 150, so we...
Are you giving away?
Yeah, we'll be...
Wow.
Well, no, they're to buy.
Oh, okay.
We do have a few we can give away.
Well,
but
I think we should have one on the show.
I definitely think so.
Before you do that, and get one away on the show and publicize it. So if you'll come by on Monday or something, we'll work that out if you want to.
We may be able to work that out today.
Well, on remote, it's a little hard. And we have problems on remote.
I got you.
But better in studio. If you want to do that, we'll talk about it after the show.
Sure, thank you.
You only got a few. In fact, matter of fact, we have a new game, a new version of Fake or Factoid. It's now called Celebrity Fake or Factoid. And we've had, we have the chief of police is going to be playing with us, whatever. And I think today that in this round we will introduce either Jared or John to Fake or Factoid to play along with you against Tom to see how you can fare. So this is a very difficult
Why are
game.
you going to put him out there to slaughter like that, buddy?
That voice you heard moving over the mic is Tom. And here's the deal: is that Tom thinks he's going to win every single match, and so we'll see today how that works out. It's a very simple game. But first, tell us a little more about the band. Did I hear you say that he's working for you also?
Yes.
That's true. You
He's
did
an incredible agent. Actually, was so excited just yesterday. Okay, was it yesterday the CD comes out, right? He closed his first vehicle loan with a customer, saving them money and helping them out. So he just had an amazing day yesterday.
Well, I may need to talk to you about that latter thing you just mentioned.
Okay.
After the show, I might have somebody who wants to talk about it.
Okay,
but
thank
that's
you.
Congratulations to you, Jared. Now, John's selling also?
No, John has his own business.
Oh,
so
we don't have a headset for him. We'll have to. But maybe we'll get him on for 5 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, so, again, remind folks, the Blue Jays concert, Marion Theater, next Tuesday, 8 o'clock, free concert, and come out and hear Ocala's hottest new band, Blue Jays.
Yeah, please RSVP as soon as you can online. We expect it to be sold out. Get there a little early. It is from 8 to 10, but get there a little early for a good seat. That's June 10th. And that following weekend on the 14th at 7 p.m., we will be opening for Sister Hazel downtown at City Hall. So come to both those events.
It's getting to be, you guys are getting high visibility. Next thing we'll turn on TV and we'll see the awards shows and you'll be up there.
And we're all going to expect front row seats to see the shows, right? Backstage passes and all.
We're like, I'm sorry, I don't know her. She's always chasing me around.
She didn't employ me, so there might be something I can do.
Well, all right, let's go ahead and take our break now, Tom, if we can, and we'll come back and get ready for a Fake or Factoid. And then Angie may want to update us on any news she may have, and we'll play America's hottest new game called Celebrity Fake or Factoid coming up next right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
Head coach of the Florida Gator basketball team, Coach Billy Donovan. How are you feeling right now about this team in 2013 2014?
But I like these kids a lot. They've worked very hard. It's a good group. The most challenging part for me as been a coach has been the inconsistency of players in practice.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
You know what that anticipation feels like when you're about to open a gift? In a Box offers personalized gifts. Everything you'll need for that special occasion. In a Box. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, spa days, weddings, anniversaries, get-wells, and more. In a Box. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com and pick your theme. There's even a corporate option. In a Box creates the magic, and you'll be the rock star. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com. Partnered with Woodley Gardens.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw reminding you to listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
Like it or not, springtime is just around the corner, and so is spring cleaning and those winter projects you've been putting off.
But don't worry, Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Back to Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood, and it's time now to, in just a moment, play Faker or Factor. Bring in reinforcement. Angie's going to step aside. She said she needs a week off. It's like a pitcher with a tired arm. You know, she's not really ready to play. So she brought in reinforcements. She's going to get Jared and John to play. And Angie, the other half of the Blue Jay, is here.
That's right. Welcome to the show, Jonathan. And again, congratulations on the album coming out. And I know you're super excited about that and your new business. You want to announce that as well?
Yes, thank you, Angie. We got the album done and started a new business the same week, so it's been hectic. We're called Genius Tech, and we do computers and IT and phones, and we're out on Baseline. You can call us at 867-TECH.
Plus, you've got to get the good Ray-Bans on, too.
That's right. Looking like a rock star already.
You guys are from Alabama, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What part was it from?
We're both born in Mobile, but I grew up in Huntsville, and he moved to Ocala. Jared did.
Huntsville's up there in the northern part where they cheer for the University of Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, about 4 different schools up there in Huntsville.
Yeah, mostly Alabama and Auburn.
There are a lot of Tennessee fans there.
There are.
There's a big Gator club. I've spoken to them about 3 times in Huntsville, of all places.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are. So it's
That's
but it's aerospace company and all that, and they have a lot of variety of people there. So yeah. So all right. So welcome. Congratulations on the new album. And is it true that earlier Jared said that he basically carries you in all the music thing, and
he basically does it all. I'm actually here because I'm the pretty one. He does all the work.
Good answer.
Wow. Jonathan said he's the pretty one.
He did. He said,
wow.
Robot, keep that tape. Well, you don't want to
yeah, we're going to keep that one.
Yeah. So you guys brought the guitar today, but got no music. I mean, at least we could have somebody strumming in the background.
That's right.
And you can do one.
You know what? That was actually part of the gig. They were supposed to teach me how to play the guitar. We haven't gotten to that yet. They're so busy making albums and playing gigs.
The guitar lesson?
Yeah.
I do have 3 copies of the album here.
Yeah.
So we'll give those away next Monday on the interview.
Come on by the show next week. We'll talk about it after, and we'll line it up. We'll give you people that have a chance to win. And we'll even keep one for Tuesday. Tom's 2-minute trivia day. I can't say it. He gives away a lot of stuff on Tuesdays. So we'll make sure people know about this. I got the album right here. Tom is called Blue Jays Band. That's the original. Yeah. Blue Jays Band. And the Bigger Picture EP. So we'll look at songs on the back.
I think, Buddy, as we close out, before we close out our segment, we'll have maybe have them strumming the guitar and take us out.
We'll have to do that while we're playing the Faker or Factor. We're going to do it right now.
Awesome.
Tom's ready to go. Let's take the back door.
Or the destruction of the Blue Jays band, depending on how you want to call it today.
Yeah. That's talking all the time.
Just
you really have a problem. Okay, all right.
See what you got, Tom.
You guys ready to go? Here's
Yes, sir.
a little 24 music played in the background. There you go. Here we go. Baker Factoid, America's new game. Here we go. Number 1, watermelon seeds can be used for home remedies for sinus problems.
Fact.
Fake. Fact. Fake. Jared, what'd you say?
Do we have to come to one answer here together?
It have to be, whatever you want.
I think it's fake.
Yeah. All right, who said fake?
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays got up 2-1-0 on Tom. Woo! It's fake. Number 2, fake or factoid? Apple seeds or poisonous? Fake.
Fact.
Scrolling for Tom. It is fact. Scores 1-1. Blue Jays versus Tom. Number 3, the Ouija board. You know what that is, guys, right? Ouija board got its name from the combination of the French and German words for yes, we, and ja, J-A. Fake or factoid?
What was the second part of the word?
You have to listen, Jared. Real quick.
Fact.
You can't keep repeating the question. Tom says fact. Yes and fake.
Let's go fake.
You want fake?
Fact. Yeah.
Fact. You want fake? You're correct. It's fact. So, so you guys, John's got 2 misses. All right, here we go. Number 4, the infinity sign. The infinity sign is called lemniscate. Lemniscate. The infinity sign. Who wants to go?
Fact.
It's a 3-hour show. It's all the time.
Fake.
Jared says fact, and John said fake, and Tom said
fake.
Jared's correct. It's fact.
Well, John's out.
John's out. Well, there you go. There you go. It's 1 Blue Jay gone. Okay, here we go. Number 5, the peace sign started out as a gesture of surrender.
Fact.
These are tough ones, guys.
I'm going to say fact.
Say fact?
Yeah.
Anybody want to change their answer?
No.
You should have. It's fake.
I'm out.
Tom's out. What is Jared? Is he out?
No. Jared only has 2 misses.
Jared wins. Hey, do this in Buck to Oh my goodness. Oh, congratulations.
That was you got to let him win because that way I can work backstage passes in.
Sure.
No, you have to because that way I can work backstage passes in. See.
Yeah, I'll get you guys to a couple just a freebies here that don't count. Number 1, the Chow Chow and the Chinese Sharpei are the only dogs that have a black tongue. The tongues of all of the dogs are pink.
Fact.
You're all saying fact? Fact. You're all correct. Now, here's the part we have for tiebreakers, which you don't need today, but this is the one that involves a number. The Nile River is the longest in the world at how many miles? Closest to the number. How many miles, the Nile River? Give me a number. It's a 3-hour show. 1,600?
I was going to say 15, yeah.
1,600.
Well, it's neither of those. It's closer to 3,500, but the Amazon's at 4,800, so this is a bad question.
Well, the bottom line is it's, and on the sources I have, it's called the longest river. It's at 4145. So this is my show.
I understand.
My question, that's the number we're going to
But the Amazon's the longest river in the world.
Well, you get a point deduction for tomorrow's game. Okay. You're allowed to argue about it. So
I'm just telling you, you're erroneous.
Yeah. Tom's good at telling me I'm erroneous. You know, I'm going to start going to his trivia games and say, that's not correct.
Yeah, well, that's one of my trivia questions, though. What's the world's longest river? The Amazon.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, it didn't count anyway. It was a free one for you, luckily, okay? It didn't count.
Lucky for me.
All right. Angie, grab that headset back real fast. We got about 45 seconds to go. And this is a good thing coming up on the big night at the Marion Theater next Tuesday. Anything else real quick going on? We got about 30 seconds to remind us of in our community.
Well, we are working on the film festival. Basically, October we'll have an event downtown that will be promoting the next April and October film festival. So we're working on that 2-day event that will be coming up. And then, like they said, Citizen Circle. We've got the Sister Hazel concert. 4th of July. I mean, there's just a lot that's going to be coming on. So I'll have to bring a community calendar next time. That's what we should do.
I think we should start having Angie's community calendar.
Yeah, I like
every Thursday when you're here.
So do that.
Bring these guys back next time and make them play, will you?
I know. I had them bring their guitars, but I didn't know.
Well, I'll go and poach their album. I'll get my little video camera, get all their songs. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have to. I got my own concert.
That's right.
Wraps it up, guys. Thanks, Angie. Thanks, Jared. Thanks, John. Coming up next, Buddy Sports Page. We'll talk about tonight's NBA Finals next right here on the Voice of Ocala. Buddy Sports.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, live and local on The Source.
But you walked across my heart like it was Texas, and you taught me how to say.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness. I'm looking forward to a fun, healthy summer, and I have a few ideas that might just help you and your friends stay in shape and have fun too. Along with awesome personal training and group classes at our warm and inviting fitness studio, we also offer fitness classes at your home or business. And if you're tired of the same old, boring cake and punch party, why not let us host a hot new health trend, a fitness party at your home or office? If you're having a hard time getting to the gym this summer, because of your crazy schedule, then work out with your friends or coworkers in a private group fitness class, or host a fitness party at your home or office. We will bring you and your friends or coworkers one of our great workouts like Zumba, Pilates, Body Bar, Yoga, Tai Chi Boot Camp, or Zumba Tomics for kids. We can even help you reach your long-term goals by meeting at your place weekly for an on-location workout. Check out our website at kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. Kinetic Motion Fitness is located just 5 minutes from downtown Ocala near the Skylark Plaza. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are.
Hey, Eddie, I'm playing Augusta in a few hours, and I need a fourth. Want to join us?
Georgia's close, but it's not that close, Alex.
Not Georgia. Golden Ocala. I'm a member at Golden Ocala, and this course has 8 tribute holes, like number 12 and 13. You know, part of Amen Corner, and the postage stamp, and the road hole. It's a phenomenal track. My family and I always have a great time at the pool and at the restaurants. They've got 3, you know. The kids love the tennis programs. My wife practically lives at the spa, and I've been bulking up with a personal trainer in their fitness center. Joining Golden Ocala was one of the best decisions I've ever made, aside from marrying my wife, of course. So you want to join us in a few hours?
Absolutely. I can't wait to play the first hole in golf and the road hole too. Hey, how do I become a member at Golden Ocala?
Eddie, just call 352-402-4343.
Luxury and great golf is affordable at Golden Ocala. Call 352-402-4343 to join.
Hi, I'm Buddy Martin, the host of The Voice of Ocala, every weekday from 3 to 6 right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. A lot of people ask me, how do you keep a muzzle on Tom Schmitz? Forget about it.
Good talk, great conversation. WOCA, News Talk 1370.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Are you a mom looking for inspiration? Are you creative? Mamazine.com is a lifestyle blog designed for the local mom to be inspired by the beauty of motherhood while staying current on local events and issues. Visit Mamazine.com today to find events around town, recipes, imaginative play ideas, and more. Mamazine.com.
Attention Ocala and surrounding areas. If you want out of your old car and into a new one for less, turn up your radio now. Palm Chevrolet of Ocala will spring you out of your old car even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. 2014 Chevy Cruze, just $149 per month. 2014 Chevy Malibu, just $189 per month. Get $10,000 off any select new Chevy Silverado pickups in stock. Plus, GM certified pre-owned vehicles up to 50% off compared to new. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. Palm Chevrolet of Ocala has multiple banks and credit unions with the lowest rates for all types of credit. When other dealers say no, Palm Chevrolet of Ocala says yes. Palm Chevrolet of Ocala, 2300 Southwest College Road, exit 350, just east of I-75 in beautiful Ocala. 36-month lease, $28.92 at signing, plus tax, title, license with approved credit, 0 security deposit, trade balance carried to new loan. Offers not a combination. Find new roads. PalmChevrolet.com.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. Heads roll at General Motors over a year's late response to faulty ignition switches tied to at least 13 deaths.
15 employees are no longer with GM. CEO Mary Barra saying the delayed ignition switch recall was due to incompetence. The investigation by a GM-hired lawyer finds that over 11 years, no one raised the issue to the highest levels.
Fox Radio's Jennifer Kyber, critics calling that investigation a whitewash. The State Department defending the deal that freed Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl in exchange for 5 Taliban detainees.
No one was waiting. We knew time was of the essence. Again, recently we believe new information came to light that meant it was even more of the essence, and we were able to move forward.
State Department spokesperson Marie Harf. No plans for a formal meeting tomorrow between President Obama and Russian President Vladimir Putin during ceremonies in Normandy, France, marking the 70th anniversary of D-Day. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now, 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-89...
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the Full House at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Welcome to the Sports Page on a Thursday. We're live from Fox Prime Steakhouse and Seafood, and glad to be with you today on this kind of toasty afternoon. But the way to be refreshed is sit here and wait for the breezes to come through, and maybe go get a cold one and come back and sit down like, oh, wait a minute, Tom James just did that. I'm joined now by Augie Grana Jr., a little early for Augie, but thanks for coming down. And guys, what do you mean? Was that you said 5? I heard 5. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. I thought you were coming at 5:50, but I'm always glad to. I'll wait time you want. I'll wait 15 minutes for you, buddy. Yeah, okay. You give your spiel for 15 minutes. I'll wait for you. All right, good. Tom James is here with us as well. Unscheduled to be on the show, but that's good. I like it.
I couldn't stay away. 2 days away from a possible Triple Crown winner. So.
There you go. We're going to hear the experts here on that. We'll talk to him about that.
When they get here.
We'll talk with Augie Jr. about he picked California Chrome. We'll get into that a little bit later on, and so far his picks are looking pretty good. But right now it's time to see if we can conjure up Tom back at the studio and get to some of those headlines. We got the big game tonight. We had a big hockey game last night. And, Tom, what you got for headlines?
Well, you're right about the hockey game last night, buddy. The hockey game went into overtime last night, but the L.A. Kings, the 5th seed out of the West, prevailed over the 6th seed out of the East, the New York Rangers, as Williams scored a goal with 4.5 minutes gone in the overtime period to take the first game of the 7-game series 3-2 last night in front of a huge crowd of over 18,000 at the Staples Center. So looks like that the Dodgers not doing real well, the Lakers pitiful, the LA Clippers, well, we know their problems, but the LA Kings carrying the torch for the city up 1-0 in the NHL Finals. Also,
no, Tom, it's just a little hard to think of the words in the same sentence. LA Kings and Stanley Cup. It's just kind of hard to imagine.
It really is.
Looking for 2 titles in 3 years, right?
Yes. You think things have gotten bad for Donald Sterling? Not so fast. He's going to get a $2 billion sale to Microsoft Steve Ballmer. And you think taxes could be a big part of his outsized profit? Not so fast, my friend. He has an S corporation, not a C corporation. So that being that's in a family trust, it makes probably most of this not taxable. The most he'll probably pay in taxes is about $364 million instead of the $1.1 billion that was possible for him to pay in taxes. So while you think Donald Sterling is a scourge to the earth, he is making $2 billion on an investment of $12 million, and now it looks like his tax hit will be very, very small.
I think I see you walking across the street. Oh, wait a minute, that's not Donald Sterling. Yeah, Tom, that's we all feel good about that. We're really happy for Donald Sterling.
I like it how Tom says very, very small is $300 and something million.
Yeah.
When you're talking $2 billion, $300 something million is kind of a small tax hit.
What other headlines you got for
Minnesota Timberwolves president and part owner Flip Saunders has decided that the search for a coach to coach them should end at his desk. He's taking back over as the coach of the Timberwolves. He previously coached Timberwolves from 95 to 2005. He won 411 games in 10.5 seasons. Flip Saunders back on the sideline as the Timberwolves head coach next season. Instead of hiring a coach, he just said, I'll come out of the front office and do it. Jim Irsay, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, his driver's license had been revoked for 1 year following his arrest for driving while intoxicated. The Indianapolis Star reports that recently released documents in Hamilton County confirmed the license suspension effective starting May 27th. Irsay refused a blood test, and because of that, state law says he loses his license for a year. Still seems like there's double standards here. Players get suspended for 6 games for violation of the League Substance Abuse Act. So far, the only thing happened to Irsay is he's getting his license suspended so he can't drive.
Yeah, but Schmitty, other than aside from you and me and Buddy, that guy can afford a driver.
And finally, tonight, tip-off at 9 o'clock, the rematch of last year's incredible NBA Finals where we were a Ray Allen miracle 3-point away from the San Antonio Spurs winning in 6. The San Antonio Spurs went on to lose in 7 to the Miami Heat. They have rewound it. They're replaying it again. The Spurs and the Heat tip off at 9 o'clock tonight in San Antonio. LeBron James and company going against Tim Duncan and company. And I have looked and I've read and I've seen 20 different experts. 13 of the 20 that I looked at have the Heat picked to win in 7 games or 6 games. Wow, I think San Antonio's got the upper hand here. But tonight on ABC, 9 o'clock tip-off, and Tony Parker says he's a game-time go. He's gonna tough it out and go, which is exactly what you would expect in the NBA Finals.
Now we're joined by Augie Reiner Jr. He's here to talk horses today. We're going to give him a full second to do that, and I'm sure he's got a view or two about tonight's game, as does Tom James. Augie, I know you're a big basketball fan, not so much the NBA as you are college, but you followed the series pretty close, had the last 2 series pretty close, and I'm sure you'll be watching tonight, right?
I'll watch tonight. I'm not a huge NBA fan, but I mean, yeah, I'll watch the finals, and I've watched the last couple of series. Yeah, I mean, these are the 2 best teams in the NBA, so I mean, it's only fitting that they're playing each other in the championship.
What would excite you tonight about this game?
What would excite me? I don't know, just a good game throughout. A lot of these times you get these games that are just boring until the very end or something, but, I just want to see a good game. I mean, back and forth kind of contest and just good play, not a bunch of mistakes, so I could really care less who wins, to be honest with you. So, just a good game.
Well, quite frankly, I didn't watch much NBA basketball until January, February. I just can't get into it. I got football and still got getting ready for March Madness, And then when March Madness is over, my interest shifts to the NBA, as a lot of people do. And I've enjoyed the series the last couple of course, the Indiana team was just complete bizarre.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Talk about a team with schizophrenia. They, who knew what they were going to have. But anyway, I've enjoyed LeBron. A lot of people like to knock LeBron. He's an easy target, but I'm going to tell you what. When you put it all down on paper, you look at it, you see what he's accomplished. I heard him yesterday in his press conference. He has a great working knowledge of the game, the history of the game. He wants to do it the right way. I don't begrudge him of his whatever it is he's got, his $19 million a year, whatever it may be. And hey, who's to say he won't win 7 titles, right?
He might. I mean, I guess people don't like LeBron because they feel like he skipped out of town on Cleveland, that time. And I mean, other than that, what has LeBron ever done that would get somebody mad at him? I mean, he's never been in trouble. He's a great player. Seems like a great human being. I mean, other than I guess leaving Cleveland and doing the announcement, on the national TV, the decision exactly, which is a little cheesy, but I mean, hey, if that's the worst thing you've done, I mean, how can you really fault the guy?
The way you did it was that was the thing people were mad about. But right, okay, like we haven't changed jobs.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, you got the first
years ago, and you came back to. I've been a number of places. Tom James has been there. Tom Schmitz. We've all changed.
He raised
how you did it.
Right. He raised $3 million for the boys clubs and girls clubs of America while he was doing it that way. So let's not forget that.
Exactly, the mafia gives to charity. So
Hey, good for the mafia.
Hold on. Here's what I can't understand about the NBA is they always talk about the San Antonio Spurs being this boring team to watch. Nobody likes to watch them. It's like I don't understand that at all because I mean they play great basketball and it's like I watch their games. I mean, they pass the ball around, make great passes, they make great drives to the hoop, they shoot the three, they do everything everybody else does. I don't understand why everybody
you're fundamental. You like fundamental basketball.
I know, but I mean, but even that being said, to me, they're not that much different than any other team out there. I don't know why they're labeled this boring team when they do the same thing everybody else does. They just do it better.
We'll talk about this during the week. I'll let you weigh in on this too real quick before I go to break. We had this discussion Tuesday, but best coach in the league, everybody says Popovich, but hey, what if Spoelstra wins this series?
I think Spoelstra's a great coach. He was handed a heck of a deck. Okay, but yeah, as a rising young coach, managing a lot of egos and a lot of talent, it's not as easy sometimes as it seems. But obviously, California Chrome not the only team that's looking, or not the only entity, I guess, that's looking for a triple crown. The Heat, same thing.
Oh, bring it up.
Buddy,
he's going to wait like a week to say that. I think. Over there.
Buddy, I have to give an announcement out to people. There's lots of people trying to call in. Unfortunately, we're unable to take calls while we're live on remote because of how the phone systems are worked out. So I apologize for not being able to take calls. It's just can't work out while we're on remote. Sorry about that.
I'll tell you, just give him Dan Martone's cell phone number.
That's actually probably good. They're probably calling to say, get him off the air.
That's probably what it is. It was people probably calling because Augie's on the air, wanting him off the air.
They said, get him off there.
Are you guys ready to talk some Triple Crown?
Sure.
Let's take a break, come back. Augie's going to explain to us why the Triple Crown might be achieved Saturday or why it might not. And, of course, we know the story about who had the last one. Coming up next right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's national magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
It's the ultimate summer staycation, just minutes from downtown Ocala, but miles away from the ordinary. A summer sports or summer golf membership at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club is your all-inclusive ticket to a summer filled with activities and fun from June through September. A summer membership at Golden Ocala opens the door to a world-class setting. Is golf your game? Is tennis your passion? Or is lounging poolside more your speed? Want to get in shape? Work out in the state-of-the-art fitness center and then relax and unwind in the sauna or the spa. Summer members also have use of the Equestrian Center at Golden Ocala, offering full board and paddock, impeccable trails, and a jumping ring for riders of all ages. Summer memberships are going fast, so visit goldenocala.com and explore the options. Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. This summer, you can live there and still play here.
Yes, George.
Guess what I have?
Can it be the free truck used from Devon Self Storage on 200 across from Hobby Lobby?
You lie.
Yes. Now don't forget to bring it back when you're done to Devon Self Storage.
Yes, Alice. I'll even remember to call them at 873-0777 to make sure they'll remember me.
George, I'm sure they'll remember you.
Thanks, Alice.
Oh, George.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most men also viewed home improvement projects as a way of expressing how much they care for their family. Exercise alone will help you drop about 2 to 3% of your weight over a year. But if you cut your diet by 500 calories a day, you'll lose a pound a week. Look for a partner with happily married parents. This is especially important if your mom and dad got a divorce.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
News Talk 1370. WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Welcome back to the Sports Page, live from the front porch, Cindy's front porch. Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood, and Augie Griner Jr. here is with us, and it's time to talk about some horse racing and what could be a golden moment on Saturday. Augie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I really think he's probably going to do it. I mean, he is the best 3-year-old in this crop. You know, the only thing that worries you is the Belmont is just a weird type of race, and it's always a jock's race. You know, you got all these jockeys out there. I mean, obviously they know California Chrome's the one to beat now, so everybody's going to try to beat him and box him in and do this and do that. You know, so he's got the target on his back. So I mean, it's going to be tough. But I think of all the horses that had a chance, he probably has the best chance based on his running style. So
which is.
Well, you know, you have a lot of horses sometimes that are, you know, either front runners or deep closers. And, you know, if you're a front runner, you need to be able to break well and get out there in the front and hopefully not go too fast. You know, if you're a deep closer, you need somebody on the front end to run real fast. You have something to close into. Well, California Chrome's the type of horse, he can pretty much sit anywhere in the race. He can be on the front. He can sit, right off the lead. He can be mid-pack. I mean, and he's got that push-button acceleration that gets him in the race no matter where he's positioned in the race and no matter what the pace is. And so he's got a lot of options on the way he can run this race and win this race.
Go ahead.
Characteristic that Secretariat had, except he had a lot of power. He could run from pretty much everywhere, too. The problem I see, a little limited knowledge I've had, I've covered a few Belmonts and Triple Crowns, is that frontrunners don't do well at the Belmont.
Actually, they do.
They do?
Yeah, and actually I brought all the past, because I knew you were going to say that.
So I've never seen, well, of course, Secretariat would be, obviously, he did quite well and won by 32 lengths.
Actually, Secretariat, Seattle Slew, and Affirmed all won going gate to wire.
They did. I know that.
And most of the horses that win the Belmont, a lot of them win on the front end. It gets back to, like I said, the Belmont is a weird run race because, most of the races, even the Kentucky Derby at 1.25 miles, are run in a typical fashion. You let horses go out there on the front end and run pretty fast and everything, and horses kind of position themselves based on, how they normally run a race, Whereas in the Belmont, no horse is going to run out there and run real fast at the beginning. They all kind of lope along and get position, and they try to slow it down as much as they possibly can to save their horse for like the last 6 furlongs or quarter mile or so, and then they really start running and picking it up. So really, the Belmont is a 1.5 mile race, but they don't really race for 1.5 miles. It's less than a mile that they're actually running really against each other.
Yeah, and thinking about this closers, and Tom, I know you want to make a comment, but the picture I have in my mind is Silver Charm, standing with Diane Dudley at the finish line, trying to win a Triple Crown, could have won it, and seeing Touch Gold come around the side and win that by head. Right, if a closer won it. I guess I'm thinking that that's the image I have for closers. But
Well, I mean, if you look back at these charts, and I printed up all these charts of like the last, 15 or 20 Belmonts just to kind of prove the point.
I'm glad you did.
And one other thing too is like kind of how I'm talking about time of a race. Like you look at the Kentucky Derby, that's 1.25 miles. And the figure you want to look at for this race to see whether or not California Chrome is probably going to win or not is the 6 furlong split and the mile split. Just to give you an example, in the Kentucky Derby, the 6 furlong split was 1:11 and 4. Well, that's what the leader ran at the Derby.
Okay.
So 1:11 and 4. In the Preakness, it was 1:11. So that's pretty typical of a race. I mean, somewhere right around there, Where in the Belmont, if you look at the last 10 Belmonts, for example, the average 6 furlong time is about 1:14 and change, or 1:15. I mean, that's 40 seconds slower. The mile, the Derby, the mile, they probably ran about 1:36 or something like that. 1:37. In the Belmont, they're probably going to 1:40. I mean, so it's so much slower up to that point, and then they start running after that. So horses try to conserve their energy and slow it down as much as they can on the front end. To try to win the race.
Augie Griner Jr. bringing horse racing metrics, Tom, to us to prove me wrong.
Well, Augie Griner, another point that I would like to make, and you can expound on, this is known, the Belmont, unlike the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness, is known as a rider's race. This is not so much a horse, this is a rider. And Victor Espinoza, who is on California Chrome, for lack of a better term, is horrible in mounts at the Belmont. How much is that going to weigh into Saturday?
Well, again, I mean, it depends on what type of horse you're on. It kind of goes back to like him being on War Emblem like 12 years ago. War Emblem was going for the Triple Crown in the Belmont. He was a dead front-running horse. And when he broke bad in the Belmont, he had no chance to win the race. So that's not Victor Espinosa's fault. That's a horse that needs a certain type of running style, and the race is set up exactly how he needs it to win. And California Chrome doesn't need that. So, you have to have the horse to win the race. But, yes, the Belmont is definitely a jockey's race because, again, the jockeys are trying to slow the pace down as much as they can to conserve their horse so they can possibly win a race. Not only that,
he's 4-31 though.
Well, there's a lot of jockeys that haven't even won the Belmont. So that's not that bad. But the thing about it is that all the jockeys are now ganging up to try to beat California Chrome. So in a normal race, you're not going to have jockeys kind of like trying to box a horse in.
Box him in, you think?
Right, and now they probably will.
Does a 2-box help or hurt that? 2-hole.
I don't think it matters too much. He's got tactical speed. He can position himself well. I mean, he'd rather be on the outside so he can kind of get clear on the outside a little bit easier. But the other thing I was going to mention too is we get back to pace pace in this race, and the horses on the front end. This race really has no horse that is a front-running type of style.
What about the
interesting to see? Go ahead.
What about the horses though that took the Preakness off and have one less race and are deemed a little fresher that are coming back now to take a run at California Chrome?
Well, and that's a big factor you have to worry about, But again, what I was just saying is like, even those horses, there aren't really any front-running types of horses that you have to really worry about of going out in front and stealing the race. Like I remember being on the show a couple of years ago, and I have it right in front of me. There's a horse named Painter that I said could go steal the race on the front end, and he almost did it. And then Union Rags caught him at the very end. There's no horse like that in this race that could go on the front and steal the race, that you have to worry about. So California Chrome really doesn't have to worry about any horse getting out there in front of him and stealing the race from him, so he can position himself anyway.
Sounds like you're talking about unless he has a bad trip, he's going to win this Triple Crown.
Pretty much. I mean, or unless he just is a lot more worn out than we think he is. I mean, from everything we've seen in his workouts and how he's been acting at Belmont, he looks great. Everybody says he's looking great and doing well. So unless he's fooling everybody and is actually a lot more worn out than he is showing, yeah, unless he has a bad trip, he should win the race. Because it's going to be hard for him to get in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Let's talk about money. Let's talk.
Okay. Bob, hang on one second. I want to get back to this point. And that is that the metrics you throw at me are really good. I learned something about that. But I also come back to what you just said. We know these old school metrics, it's a grueling 3 races, these horsemen. There is some collateral damage. It just wears these colts out. I mean, it's proven it has. And then you add the extra distance of the Belmont, what I always like to refer to as Heartbreak Hill, where so many good horses have died. How many have we had that won since affirmed and won the double and not like 12 horses?
Yeah, I think this is like the 13th. Yeah,
there's a reason that happens. That I get that part of it.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, yeah, and as I was telling Tom James before we came on the air, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why we haven't had Triple Crown winner in a long time. Not only has the breeding kind of gone more towards speed, than it was in the past, but also in the past, you didn't have a whole lot of people run their horse in the Derby, then skip the Preakness, and then come back in the Belmont with a fresh horse. If they ran in the Derby, they pretty much ran in all 3 races. I mean, so this is kind of a new phenomenon. So yeah, that's a big. I mean, you got Wicked Strong who ran, 3rd in the Derby or 4th in the Derby. He's coming back. He's a lot fresher. You got a couple other ones. They're coming back fresh. I mean, that obviously helps because a 5-week break as opposed to a 3-week break with a race in between. I mean, that's a lot different.
Probably will make your comment now when you come back from break.
When we come back from break, I want to talk about the money involved now because of the Triple Crown on the line. Is this better, even though you're betting the favorite, odds-wise, it's better to make money than it was at the Preakness? So we can talk about that when we come back from break.
The other part of that was what I asked you about. Remember when we had the Visa had sponsorship of all the $1 million deal, and where if you won them all 3, you got whatever. That's no longer in play, is it?
No, and actually, what that deal was is that the horse you had to run in all 3 races, and the horse that generated the most points
right,
won the $1 million bonus from Visa. Well, they did away with that because it got to the point where nobody cared about that bonus, so they still weren't running in all 3 races, and so horses were winning that bonus because they were like the only horse that ran in all 3 races, and it didn't matter how good they did.
Do the opposite, encourage horses to come in and run all the races, and it didn't. That's how it worked out to it. Okay, I'll get you out of Junior as our special guest here at Marks. Come on down and join us. We'll take a little break, come back, we'll talk more about basketball and horse racing right here on Play Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
What happiness is to you, because I'm happy that alone if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. Heads roll at General Motors over a year's late response to faulty ignition switches tied to at least 13 deaths.
15 employees are no longer with GM. CEO Mary Barra saying the delayed ignition switch recall was due to incompetence. The investigation by a GM-hired lawyer finds that over 11 years, no one raised the issue to the highest levels.
Fox Radio's Jennifer Kyber, critics calling that investigation a whitewash. The State Department defending the deal that freed Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl in exchange for 5 Taliban detainees.
No one was waiting. We knew time was of the essence. Again, recently we believe new information came to light that meant it was even more of the essence, and we were able to move forward.
State Department spokesperson Marie Harf. No plans for a formal meeting tomorrow between President Obama and Russian President Vladimir Putin during ceremonies in Normandy, France, marking the 70th anniversary of D-Day. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now. 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-894-8166.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 1/15/14.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. We're in Florida. Partly sunny today, high 86 on the coast, 91 inland. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 69 to 73. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds, high 89 at the coast, 93 inland. For Saturday, intervals of clouds and sun with a couple of strong thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon hours, the high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Back program, Buddy Sports Page live from Lenny's Front Porch. Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. Come on down and join us for happy hour. We're talking horses right now. We're going to shift to basketball. But one more thing, Augie. When you lay it all out there and you look at the metrics and all the research that you've done, an impressive amount of paperwork you have there, what does it look like to you on Saturday in terms of who challenges and how? I'm kind of feeling you're going to pick California Chrome, as you've done, by the way, the last two races.
Well, I am going to pick California Chrome. I just think that, no matter what happens, he's going to find himself in a position that he can still win the race from. I mean, I don't think you're going to have anybody going to go out there and win the race on the front end. I mean, you got a horse like Tonalist, who's a new shooter who won the Peter Pan up there at Belmont. But if you look at his past performances, he won the Peter Pan in the slop, and that's by far the best race he's ever run in his life on the front end. So he probably just loved the slop at Belmont, and, you got to almost have to throw that race out. So, so other than him, there's really no other horse that wants the front end. And if California Chrome doesn't have to worry about somebody winning it on the front end, stealing the race from him, I think it's going to be hard for him to beat. And also, that being said, that kind of also lessens the chances of these horses that like to close like a Commanding Curve. I mean, he likes to come from out of the clouds. Well, if you have no pace to run into, you got nothing to run to close into. So, I mean, it's going to be hard for him to make up any ground at the end of the race, too. So,
Augie, how big of an advantage is it that California Chrome in the two-hole is surrounded by Meadow Count and Matterhorn, both horses who do not want to break fast? So they'll probably let California Chrome get out and get in front like he wants to, won't they?
Yeah, unless they break sideways into him, he should get a pretty clean break, But again, he's not going to zip out of there like a bullet either. I mean, he's going to try to break clean and then kind of slow himself down like they kind of did in the Preakness with him. I mean, I don't know if you remember the Preakness, but he broke really sharp.
He did.
And Espinosa looked around. He was all by himself in the front. He pretty much choked him back to get him out of that spot, So I don't think he necessarily wants the front either. But you know what? If nobody wants the front, and horses are going out there and they go the first half and they go in 50, or something like that, then you'll see California Chrome grow the front and then just try to win it from the front from there on out. And that's how it's gonna work.
All right, final horse racing question. We go to basketball. How are you going to play it?
Well, you got to play California Chrome, single him on top, and then I don't know how you play it underneath there. I mean, obviously you got Wicked Strong coming back. He's going to be tough to beat. Right on Curlin has run good in 2 races in a row, so, I mean, it'd be hard to leave him out. So, really, I think those 3 horses. I don't really see anybody else new. Samrad, actually, is a horse that might, get in the money. He's actually won at Belmont before, and he's a horse that can be near the front. But if they run to their speed figures, he really, is a step slow. So, I would still say, unfortunately, it's not a great betting race. Because I think the top 3 horses that are on the odds right now are probably the 3 horses you know to bet. And kind of getting back to Tom's point, you were asking me about, is this a good wagering race, for to win some money on? Unfortunately, probably not, and for a couple different reasons. I think the 3 favorites are the 3 horses you got to beat, and California Chrome, as happens every time a horse is going for the Triple Crown, people go bet on him to win, just so they can say they have a winning ticket of a horse that won the Triple Crown, whether they cash it or not, but they bet on him. And so he's probably going to go off at 1-9. And so if he wins, then it's going to really diminish the exact and the trifecta.
I have a couple of those at home, by the way, of tickets. I have a firm and secretary.
There you go.
All 3 races I was there. I have them from each race.
There you go.
Well, Augie, but you don't think there'll be enough money bet like there, because usually at the Kentucky Derby, even if the favorite wins the Kentucky Derby, there's so much money bet you can overcome that. You don't think there'll be enough money bet on a Triple Crown race that could be a Triple Crown winner that it'll overcome the odds?
Not on the 1-5. Yeah, because the Derby's a lot different. Because the Derby, the money is spread out through so many horses, and it's such a big pool. I mean, the Belmont pool's not as big, But I mean, literally, California Chrome he might be 1-9. I mean, so when you got that much money on one horse and he ends up winning, there's really not a whole lot more money left in the pool for anything else, So I mean, is it going to be better than a normal 1-9 shot winning a race somewhere? Yeah, probably. But I mean, it's not going to be big money.
You can't make much money on a try with a horse like that in it. So.
No, not really. I mean, But again, if you're keying them on top, I mean, obviously that lessens the amount you have to spend to do the trifecta anyway. So you can still make money, but I mean, you're not going to make big money.
No. All right, that's it. Augie's picked him all along. He's sticking with his pick. Thinks California Chrome. You don't feel a little bit of tinge of nostalgia about Affirmed?
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
I definitely still like to see the Florida bred be the last Triple Crown winner, but I think this horse, just because of his running style and the lack of another superstar horse out there to challenge him, I feel like he's pretty much got the best shot to.
If he doesn't win it, again, it shows you how hard it is to win a Triple Crown.
Yeah. Exactly. But I would almost like to see him win it, just because I think the longer we go without a Triple Crown winner, the more clamor there is out there to change the Triple Crown series. Like maybe the distance of the races are spacing them out more than they are now. And I don't want to see that happen.
No. Let's talk about basketball. Tom, you and Augie, tonight we'll be watching. Most of us, I think, will be to see which team shows up. Most people favor the Spurs, and I get that. I don't know if it's because they want revenge. I'm not a big revenge guy. I think they just feel like because Tim Duncan's playing so well right now, although Parker's hurt, it seems like we all think it's the Spurs' turn. I do. Augie, do you feel that way?
I would bet on the Spurs to win the series if I was going to bet on this. Yeah, I mean for that reason, the kind of the makeup for last year, type of situation. And let's face it. I mean, the Spurs could have very easily won last year if that Ray Allen shot doesn't go down. No. And I think that they are at least as good as they were last year. I don't think Miami is nearly as good as they were last year. So, I mean, I would think that right there would tell you the same team is going to win the series.
Well, are you picking the Spurs too, aren't you, Tom?
What now?
Tom, are you picking the Spurs?
I picked the Spurs earlier this week, but after a comment I saw last night, I may be flip-flopping because LeBron James now has something to play for. I don't know if you heard this, but LeBron James is finally fed up with the notion that luck delivered the Miami Heat their NBA title last season. He said luck didn't make us win Game 7. We got a bounce in Game 6 for sure, but luck didn't make us win Game 7. We won Game 7 outright. And if they want to talk about luck, I guess we'll just have to go out here and make sure luck doesn't factor into how we win it this year.
Of course, he also said, I don't need any more motivation. So he's got plenty. So, Augie, let's look at this two rosters here, Tom, and see. Let's talk about players who are under the radar on both squads. If you had to pick one or two players, let's just take tonight. We can't project the whole series. It's a long time. And say, here's a name of somebody that might show up that we've forgotten about. It could be a big factor in tonight's game.
I'll give you two, and it's perfect. All right, they're both Gators, Udonis Haslem and Matt Bonner. And actually, it's almost true because Bonner, is really kind of their 3-point specialist, and it really changes the type of offense they run when he's in the game. And the same thing with Udonis. I mean, I think that's one area that San Antonio has the edge on Miami is their inside play. So I think Udonis needs to step up and play well.
People forget Bonner's 6'10".
I know.
He's a big guy.
He's not a post type of player.
He's a three-point specialist.
Exactly.
And he wasn't shooting too good last time, but he finally made a couple. But it would be nice if that happened. I think Tom Schmitz has already picked Udonis as his guy. I'm going to give you a couple of different names, and Tom, you can chime in if you want to.
I'm being the Gator homer. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I mean, I'm going to pick a guy like Norris Cole. Just a guy who makes big plays, who has that little teardrop shot in there, can get in there just above the paint, drop it in. He's a guy that you forget about. He plays hard. He plays well at both ends of the court, I think. And a guy that you don't think about at all is that for a nondescript guy to show up, I'm picking Norris Cole tonight. On the other side, I don't know why I think this, but just got a feeling about Tiago Splitter. He's a big guy. He's 6'11". And, one of the things about the Heat is they're vulnerable to big guys.
Right.
And, of course, unless the Birdman, which he'll be playing tonight. So my guys are Tiago Splitter and Norris Cole.
My guys, of course, are...
I'd like to see... I'd like to see Tiago Splitter play good just so I can hear Stephen A. Smith say, Tiago Splitter.
My guys, of course, are Udonis Haslem for the reason I told you, buddy. Last year, there were a couple games against the Spurs where Udonis got down there and banged on Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan does not like a body banging into his tall, lean body, and Udonis isn't scared to put a hip into somebody on the low block. But the guy that I'm really going to look for in San Antonio, depending on how Tony Parker's ankle is Patty Mills, because a lot of the point guard duties are going to fall on Patty Mills, and that will that'll go a long way into telling how the San Antonio Spurs do against this. If Tony Parker's not 100%, Patty Mills is going to have to pick up the slack, and I'm not real sure Patty Mills is ready for this stage.
Well, you know what's amazing about Patty Mills? He plays in the WNBA, and then he comes over and Bob's.
Oh, that is terrible.
No joke there. Well, just saying Patty. I mean, how many NBA players are call themselves Patty? So, the one guy that's key to the Heat every time, but he's not under the radar, is Chris Bosh. I mean, when Bosh plays good, Miami's hard to beat. You look at this payroll one more time. We'll go ahead and take a break. I got Transparent coming up here in a minute. Look at the numbers. Look at the payroll. You forget how much they make. What they were paying these guys. Ray Allen's chump change is $3.2 million, but LeBron is making $19 million. Dwayne Wade making $18.6, and Chris Bosh is making $19. So LeBron's making it a little bit more than $19. So that's
they take about 10 off of Chris Bosh and give it to LeBron.
Yeah, right. And so I think it's kind of interesting that you just don't realize how much money is invested in those players. And the reason it can't last forever in Miami is that they're going to have to let somebody go out of that group.
The amazing thing about that is, buddy, Tim Duncan and Tony Parker together only make $3 million more than LeBron makes or Tim Bosh or Bosh makes.
LeBron makes $19.06.
Right. And Tim Duncan and Tony Parker combined make $23 million.
There you go. All right, we'll go ahead and take a break and come back. We'll have Franz Beard on the other side, get caught up on a few things with him, especially, you might want to join this conversation. Is the SEC becoming like what GM used to be? Is it getting so big and so now such a credible business and big to fail? Well, yeah, too big to fail. We'll talk about it next with Franz Beard right here on the Voice of Ocala Play Sports page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today, 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
Ocala Comic Con, June 28th and 29th. Ocala Comic Con, the place to Hilton in Ocala. Ocala Comic Con, over 100 vendors and artists. Ocala Comic Con, costume contest. Ocala Comic Con, daily raffle. Ocala Comic Con, Pokemon XY tournament. Ocala Comic Con, June 28th and 29th. Ocala Comic Con, www.ocalacomiccon.com. Ocala Comic Con, special guest. Ocala Comic Con.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Welcome back to March 5 on a toasty Thursday afternoon. Looking really nice outside, cool. Joined here at the table by three lovely ladies who are going to be around here for happy hour and who knows how much longer. Augie Griner Jr. here, and we're going to go to Gainesville now. And Franz Beard of FightingGators.com. And before we jump into basketball, Franz, let's talk just for 1 minute about the SEC. Becoming such a big, powerful conglomerate. I was talking to Augie earlier. This is like IBM or when GM was big, General Motors, the old quote was, what's good for General Motors is good for America. The SEC is a mammoth now. Now with the power conferences joining together and them threatening to succeed and go on their own, what do you make of this? Is it getting a little rough out there? Or you think the SEC is going to wind up jumping with these power conferences? What's your take on this?
Yeah, I think the SEC is going to lead the jump. I don't think the SEC is going to join. I think the SEC will lead. Mike Slive has basically said that, we've been trying to get reforms through for years, and the NCAA hasn't shown a penchant for doing it, and this is sort of the last straw. And I think everybody will follow the lead of the SEC, and the SEC is ready to jump.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be interesting. The maneuvering among these power conferences, and it's all coming true, Augie and Tom as well, the prophecy of this Super League, which is going to happen, 65 teams. They get the TV payday. They're going to get the money. It's going to be, and the other schools are going to be like the old Division II used to be. Which, by the way, can they come up with a better name than Division IV for those power conferences? That's like, they just drop a little Division III for crying out loud.
Well, the thing here, buddy, is we don't know if, they say Division IV, but they may just bolt the NCAA altogether. And this may, I don't know what the new name would be, but my belief is that they're probably ready to leave the NCAA completely.
Call them the PC, the Power Conference, and just be done with the NCAA altogether.
Yeah, I was going to say to Augie, I said this earlier, that call it what it is, Augie. It's a National Collegiate Football Association. It's a national league. It's a national league of college football, isn't it? That's what it is.
That's what everybody wants to see anyway. So it's all driven by the TV dollars now, anyhow. So it's eventually going to happen.
You agree with that, Franz?
Oh, I think it's definitely going to happen. And the thing about it is it didn't have to happen. That's the part that really bothers you. Is it really didn't have to happen. But the NCAA, give the NCAA an A for arrogance, because they have definitely earned the contempt that the big schools hold them in.
Right. Yeah. Got about a minute to go, and we earlier did some picks on the player that could come out of the shadows to have a role in tonight's game. Augie went totally homer on us. He picked the two Gators on both sides. I think Tom Schmitz kind of agrees with that. I've got a little different take. I've got Norris Cole and Thiago Splitter. Who are the two guys who don't start tonight's game that might be a factor in the game, friends?
Well, I like Boris Diaw coming off the bench for the Spurs. I love what he brings in terms of physicality and the fact that he can't point shots, but he plays everybody very, very tough defensively. Over on Miami, I'm looking at Shane Battier and thinking, this guy just always seems to come up big at playoff time, and he's planning to retire, and I think he's got one good run left in him to be very, very helpful.
All right, we got 10 seconds. Everybody pick their game tonight. I'm picking Miami tonight. What do you guys want?
Spurs.
You all right, Augie?
Spurs guy
Miami
tonight.
Miami, you got 2 Spurs and 2 Miami. Is that what you got? All right. Thank you, friends. Appreciate it. France Beer from ThankYou.com in Gainesville. I want to thank our guests today. Angie Lewis was here. We had Shannon Roth here, Gerald Ergel, and of course, Augie Glenna Jr., and even Tom came by, the other Tom. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Tom Smith, I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great night, everybody.
She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mom who never was around, but she grew up tall and...
Regions Bank has big bank ability but possesses small bank agility. Utilizing tools like Raymond Andrews and his team of 6 mortgage experts with 100 years of experience in the mortgage industry and 50 years experience as members of the Regions Bank team. Mortgage lending is personal and important, and you deserve someone that will lead you through a positive process. Raymond and his team use local mortgaging processes like local appraisers and local closing to help you have a positive experience, and they habla Espanol as well. So whether you need a conventional, FHA, USDA, or VA loan, or you even need a construction loan, the mortgage team of your local Regions Bank has the knowledge and experience to guide you through the process. So contact Raymond Andrews and his team of mortgage experts at 352-854-4104. That's 352-854-4104. Regions Bank, it's time to expect more. Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself? Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's kt4fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law.
On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll come pick it up. For more information, visit ocalarestore.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Building homes, building hope, building community.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most men also viewed home improvement projects as a way of expressing how much they care for their families. Exercise alone will help you drop about 2 to 3% of your weight over a year. But if you cut your diet by 500 calories a day, you'll lose a pound a week. Look for a partner with happily married parents. This is especially important if your mom and dad got a divorce.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
We are The Source, WOCA. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. 15 people fired from General Motors, 5 others disciplined after a new report detailed years of inaction on faulty ignition switches blamed for at least 13 deaths.
I want it known that this recall issue isn't merely an engineering or a manufacturing or a legal problem. It represents a fundamental failure to meet the basic needs of these customers.
GM CEO Mary Barra, Acting Veterans Administration head Sloan Gibson saying trust must be restored to the VA healthcare system.
The trust that we have to earn from veterans and from their family members, and the trust of the American people and their elected representatives.
Gibson and Phoenix, where allegations surfaced of long wait times and falsified appointment logs. On Wall Street today, record highs for the Dow up 98 and for the S&P 500 up 12. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Napa know-how! You like car stuff. Napa has car stuff, like fuel stuff, brake stuff, even cleaning stuff. And the only thing better than car stuff is car stuff that's half off. So stock up on your car stuff with half off selected stuff. Conquer the job. That's Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/14.
And now, another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man who's in the Federal Witness Protection Program told us he recently left his quiet, anonymous row house and went to Golfsmith because right now, when you buy $99 worth of Adidas golf apparel or shoes, you get a $25 gift card. And we hope Jimmy Collin of 3792 Morningside Lane becomes a regular... Oh no. Right now, spend $99 or more on Adidas products and get a $25 gift card, only at Golfsmith.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com. ClarkHoward.com and in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, loss proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
News Talk 1370. WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
Saving America big money, one listener at a time. Get ready to save more, spend less, and avoid getting ripped off. This is Clark Howard.
Welcome to the Clark Howard Show, where it's all about you learning ways to save more and spend less. And don't let anybody rip you off. At ClarkHoward.com, I want to hit you with some of the type of content we have available for you that has shown a lot of popularity with people. Work from home, our investment guide, our legal self-help sites by state, and we have wonderful, wonderful contributors that now write on the ClarkHoward.com website and deal specifically with areas that are a little outside my area of expertise, but are areas that directly make your wallet smile. And I'm so grateful to the contributors we now have on ClarkHoward.com. And we have our free and cheap list. You talk about something that a Clark Howard listener loves. Our free and cheap list is it. And speaking of free and cheap, a half hour from now, I'm going to talk about how you can stay in touch with a child without busting the budget using wireless. And coming up in a few minutes in today's Clark Rageous Moment, yet more proof that if you are on the frequent flyer mileage treadmill, you need to get off that thing. Right now, I want to talk about solar. I get an increasing number of calls from people about putting solar at their homes, and a few about putting solar at a business. Why am I getting so many more? Because as somebody sees solar go up in a neighborhood or at a neighboring business, it becomes part of the conversation, and a neighbor may be bragging about how, I put this solar in and I never have a power bill or whatever. And so it's created this curiosity. Plus, in some states, there are very aggressive door-to-door salespeople coming around pitching solar is like the greatest thing ever. So I believe in solar. I have solar. Saves me a lot of money. But solar may or may not be for you. And if it is for you, you need to know the pitfalls of various methods of getting it and paying for it. And I want to tell you that the most popular method of installing solar in many states is where it is leased to you. And what's known as a PPA, a power purchase agreement, is most often what they're referred to. But solar lease seems like a no-brainer. You generally don't lay out any money. What you do is you lease your roof to the solar company that guarantees you some amount of savings for having solar on your roof, and they become your primary power company with power supplemented by the monopoly local power provider. So how could that be bad? Well, you're creating a liability, not an asset. If you can afford it, if you buy your own solar, and you're putting your own solar on the roof, you have increased the value of your home by a surprisingly large amount based on the few studies that have been done of this, because a buyer later buying your home senses that, hey, this home is cheaper to own than others because I'm not going to have to pay for power or minimal amounts for power. And so it gives an enhanced value to the home. On the other hand, if you sign a long-term lease, instead of creating an asset, you've created a liability. The liability that you now have is one that may prevent a sale from going through that you have secured a buyer for, with the irony being the buyer has to assume that obligation for the solar. And sometimes that'll be a tougher thing for them to financially qualify for than their mortgage. So my preference is that you buy, not lease, if your money will work for you. The study I was referring to about the value of you buying was done by the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory that found that the average home with solar sells for $17,000 more on average than the average home without solar. So you save all the money on energy having it there. And in addition, it gets you more money when you sell your home. Not to mention, you get a 30% federal tax credit for putting the solar in. So whatever it costs, the feds pick up 30%. But not all solar companies and installers are created equal. You have to treat this just like you would any home improvement, checking their background, checking references, checking with the Better Business Bureau, and the job has got to be permitted. I was very surprised to see a story in Forbes magazine that reads very pro-solar, because Forbes normally I would think they would be not so into solar. But it's because so often now the economic case to be made for you installing solar is overwhelming. Doug is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Doug.
Hi. I'm so glad I got to talk to you.
Well, I'm glad you're here then.
Yeah, my wife listens to you faithfully. And we got a little dilemma. I'm 58 years old, 58 and a half, and I'm going to take a medical retirement due to health reasons. With the trades that I'm in, it's a demanding trade, and I just can't do it anymore.
What kind of thing do you do for a living that's basically made it to where it's just too uncomfortable to do?
Commercial HVAC, heating and cooling.
Yeah, that is very tough on the body, isn't it?
Yes, sir, and I've had both knees replaced, and I got to go in for a rotator cuff surgery, so I'm going to take a retirement.
Okay.
I have $275,000 in my 401.
Congratulations to you.
And my wife has money in hers. We've saved. But when I hit 59 and a half, which will be a year from next month, I would like to pay my mortgage off out of my 401, which will be about $110,000. Do you think that's, and eliminate all my house payments, I'd be debt-free. You think that's a good idea?
I'm sorry to tell you I don't recommend that.
You don't? Okay,
I don't. Because, and your wife, you said she listens religiously. She probably said, Clark will tell you not to do that.
Well, I just want to know, I just want some advice.
All right, the reason is this. Hopefully your mortgage interest rate's really low now. What is your interest rate?
3.9.
Yeah, I mean, 3.9 by historical numbers, that's like nothing. And remember what we used to earn on CDs before the federal government started playing games with interest rates?
Mm-hmm.
You know, CDs alone used to earn 5, 6, 7% or more, depending on how long a CD you bought. We're in really weird times right now that are not forever. And when the Federal Reserve stops manipulating interest rates, we're going to have real rates on savings again. Mortgage rates that you got a 3.9, you remember what mortgage rates used to be. It used to be a great deal if you got 7.5%, 8%.
That's 13% at one time for me.
Right. I had a 12.5 at one time. I mean, right in the same territory. So your 3.9 is so low and offers you so much flexibility. And instead, if you take that money out of your 401k next year, you then have to pay tax. You don't have to pay penalty, but you have to pay tax on that 110 grand taking it out. So it would be better if you kept paying the mortgage as agreed, because it's such a good deal on that mortgage, even though it means you still have debt, and you give that 401k time to continue to grow and only pull out what you need to live on. And if you took 110 out, that could cause you and push you into a higher tax bracket, cost you more money, all that. I don't want you to do that to yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought, well, I could pay that off and then take that $1,000 mortgage that I pay and put that in her Roth and, you know, just continue to save that.
But you already have, but remember, you take out 110, you may have taxes you're going to owe $30,000 or so.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So that's why I'd rather you got such a good deal on that mortgage. Don't pay it off early. Let that work for you. And our number is 877-87 and Doug. I hope that rotator cuff surgery works out fine for you. Diane is with us. Diane, how are you?
I'm great, Clark. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Sure. You have an opposite side question on Roths and 401ks.
I do. I've recently been blessed with a pretty good amount of money, and I have paid everything off, just like you suggest, all credit cards. I am debt-free, and now I'm sitting with about $300,000 in my bank. And I've never had the opportunity to start investing, so I'm a newbie. But I know that Roth IRAs you always recommend, and 401ks, and I don't know much about the 401ks. And
do you have one where you work?
Yes, we do, and I haven't looked that much into it except to know that we have one. I don't know if there are different 401ks or if they're all the same.
No, well, the difference in 401ks from one place to another is that with 401ks, there's an administrator, and the administrator, it'd be a company like Fidelity Investments or Vanguard or something like that. The administrator, depending on who they are, charges you fees for handling your 401k for your employer that can be from teensy tiny to gigantic. Generally, any insurance company or full commission stock brokerage that handles a 401k charges massive fees to have that 401k. The discount stockbrokers that are so heavily into it, and people like T. Rowe Price and Vanguard charge very low fees for having a 401k. If your employer, find out who is the administrator of it. If it's one of the low fee kind of companies, I'd want you to go from not putting anything in your 401k to the absolute max they'll let you do.
Okay.
Even if it means some of your living costs have to be handled out of this $300,000, you're getting a nice tax break putting money into the 401k. You're probably picking up an employer match on the money you put into the 401k.
Okay, awesome. And definitely do the Roth IRA every year.
Yes. And one other thing about the 401k, more than half of employers now offer an option called a Roth 401k.
Okay.
If you're given the choice between a 401k and a Roth 401k, definitely do the Roth 401k.
Okay.
Because you don't get a tax break for the money going in, but all the money flows to you tax-free in retirement.
Awesome. Okay. I've also gotten other advice from other people, and I just want to go ahead and clear the air. Definitely not fixed annuity.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No way. No. Annuities. Do you know who gets rich from an annuity?
I guess not me.
The salesperson in the insurance company.
Okay.
And if somebody's giving you that kind of pitch, I want you to go sit down and talk with what's known as a fee-only financial advisor. You got a lot of money sitting there. I think it would be well worth you having at least one session with a fee-only financial advisor. That's somebody who gets no commissions for anything they'd advise you to do, and you just pay him or her for his or her time or expertise. And there are two groups that do that in the United States. One is called the NAPFA, National Association of Personal Financial Advisors, and the website's napfa.org. And then there's another one called GarrettPlanningNetwork.com. NAPFA is more geared towards you paying somebody to advise you steadily over time. And Garrett Planning Network's more like going for a checkup at a doctor.
I am so scared. As much as I am blessed with this money, I'm scared now that it's sitting there.
Well, that's why you go talk with somebody who doesn't have any vested interest that could come back to burn you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Over here, are you looking for construction equipment? I've got just the source. Introducing allequip.com. Allequip is the new way to buy used construction equipment online from the folks at Iron Planet. Allequip is the source for hundreds of inspected items that are priced to sell and ready for work, guaranteed. If you're in the market for a great deal on scissor and boom lifts, skid steers, trenchers, backhoes, generators, forklifts, telehandlers, and more, you can find it all at Allequip. At Allequip, you'll know exactly what you're buying thanks to the guaranteed inspection reports on all items. Then simply click it and buy it online with a no-haggle pricing. Whether you want to build it, lift it, fix it, or move it, get the equipment to finish the job at Allequip. That's ALLEQUIP.com. Go to Allequip and buy it now.
And now, another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man who's in the Federal Witness Protection Program told us he recently left his quiet, anonymous row house and went to Golfsmith because right now, when you buy $99 worth of Adidas golf apparel or shoes, you get a $25 gift card. And we hope Jimmy Collin of 3792 Morningside Lane becomes a regular... Oh no. Right now, spend $99 or more on Adidas products and get a $25 gift card. Only at Golfsmith. Anything for golf.
Neil Bortz here for Vision Computers. Attention business owners, IT people, here's a way to minimize cost, maximize productivity. Vision Computers, a new computer, Intel i3 processor, 4 gigs RAM, 500 gig hard drive, 3 years parts and labor warranty for only $599. Tech support average hold time, 15 seconds. That's productivity. Visit visioncomputers.com or call 877-9VISION. 877-9VISION. 20 years of business excellence.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. We're in Florida. Partly sunny today, high 86 on the coast, 91 inland. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 69 to 73. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds, high 89 at the coast, 93 inland. For Saturday, intervals of clouds and sun with a couple of strong thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon hours, the high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 1/15/14.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
How good does it get?
Golf has long been considered to be sport's most prestigious game, and WOCA has your connection to everything in the golf world. Every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., tune in for Let's Talk Golf with your host, PGA professional and teacher to the stars, Jim Beckett, and operations manager for the Links of Spruce Creek South, Darren Irwin, right here on The Source.
Here on the Clark Howard Show, it's my job, and I love it, to keep you from being ripped off. It's why we do the Clark-rageous moment most every day at this time. And I want to tell you why I say frequent flyer miles are Clark-rageous.
Scams, rip-offs, outrages. It's a Clark-rageous moment.
You may have heard months back that the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that your frequent flyer miles aren't yours at all, and that an airline at any time for any reason can empty out your frequent flyer account. So we think of them as our miles, but they're not ours at all. Added to that is, that sounds like pretty insulting. How about this? For an added insult, you are accumulating miles, expecting you're going to be able to fly from point A to point B. Most often, the brochures are touting you being able to go international, front of the plane, everybody's smiling. But what the airlines have been doing is they've been devaluing their frequent flyer miles, making them become less valuable right before your eyes by taking the frequent flyer mileage awards and requiring far more miles to redeem. Do you know that the overwhelming number of miles that people have are not earned by flying? That the main source of miles is from small business owners that run everything for their business through a mileage credit card and then use those miles as a way to redeem for travel. So if, in spite of what I just said, you still want to earn miles, remember, it's a rapidly depreciating asset. Don't bank them with the intention you're going to take some fantastic trip who knows how many years down the road. When you have enough to take that trip you dream about, redeem them, because the award charts are only going to get worse over time, certainly not stay the same, and absolutely not get better. It is Clark-rageous that the miles aren't really yours. It is Clark-rageous that the value of the miles shrinks before your eyes. And so the smart move is for you, let's take the business owner who's running everything through it, get a card that pays you big amounts of cash back. Nobody's going to tell you your cash back can't be used on Tuesday, can't find a redemption seat for 7 months, or that they're just going to take your cash away because they want to. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Hey, you, in the DXL dressing room. You're more than just an average Joe in a new outfit. You are a magnificent man about town. Before you unleash fashions like Lucky, Lacoste, and Nautica, ask yourself, are you ready to look this good? Is the world ready? All the best men's brands, waist size 38 and up. DXL, you're looking good. Buy one full-price Harbor Bay woven shirt or shorts, get 50% off a second one, now through June 15th.
At last, Nexium, the purple pill, is available without a prescription for frequent heartburn. See those women drinking their iced mocha whatevers? Now they have Nexium level protection. That guy struggling to text and eat soup at the same time? Him too. Introducing Nexium 24-Hour, the protection of the #1 prescribed acid-blocking brand, just without the prescription. New Nexium 24-Hour. Nexium level protection, now in the heartburn aisle.
May take 1 to 4 days. Use as directed to treat frequent heartburn.
WOCA, News Talk 1370, where News Talk is our business, and business is good.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. 15 people fired from General Motors, 5 others disciplined after a new report detailed years of inaction on faulty ignition switches blamed for at least 13 deaths.
I want it known that this recall issue isn't merely an engineering or a manufacturing or a legal problem. It represents a fundamental failure to meet the basic needs of these customers.
GM CEO Mary Barra, Acting Veterans Administration head Sloan Gibson saying trust must be restored to the VA healthcare system.
The trust that we have to earn from veterans and from their family members, and the trust of the American people and their elected representatives.
Gibson in Phoenix, where allegations surfaced of long wait times and falsified appointment logs. On Wall Street today, record highs for the Dow up 98 and for the S&P 500 up 12. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Napa know-how! You like car stuff. Napa has car stuff, like fuel stuff, brake stuff, even cleaning stuff. And the only thing better than car stuff is car stuff that's half off. So stock up on your car stuff with half off selected stuff. Conquer the job. That's Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/14.
And now, another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man who's in the Federal Witness Protection Program told us he recently left his quiet, anonymous row house and went to Golfsmith because right now, when you buy $99 worth of Adidas golf apparel or shoes, you get a $25 gift card. And we hope Jimmy Collin of 3792 Morningside Lane becomes a regular. Oh no. Right now, spend $99 or more on Adidas products and get a $25 gift card. Only.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Can Jimmy make it 3 in a row? I'm Woody Kane. The story next on NASCAR Today.
Some things were just meant to go together. This July 5th, see if Dale Earnhardt Jr. and racing history were meant to go together as he seeks to defend his Daytona 500 championship and join the handful of legends to sweep the season at Daytona International Speedway. Plus, see the free pre-race concert and post-race fireworks show. And kids' tickets are just $10. The Coke Zero 400 powered by Coca-Cola. Saturday, July 5th. Call 1-800-PIT-SHOP or visit DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
This is Fast Food with Steve Post and Woody Kane.
What you going to barbecue? I know you've been doing a lot of brisket lately and loving it.
Yeah, I got two briskets, 2 racks of ribs, a rack of bone-in ribeye that's not cut. I'm going to smoke it and see how that turns out. That's sort of like my little project. I don't know how that bone-in ribeye is going to work, but we'll see.
Wow. I'm going to Junior's. This is at least publicly the 4th or 5th time that he has talked about perfecting his brisket. I mean, it's amazing what he's doing.
Fast Food, Thursday at noon Eastern at MRN.com.
Jimmy Johnson is on a 2-race winning streak and now heads to Pocono this weekend, where he won a year ago. Seems reports of the champ's demise were premature, but he says the tricky triangle presents a host of challenges for he and crew chief Chad Knaus.
There's a lot going on around that racetrack, and I know it's Chad's favorite racetrack to go to. All 3 corners are different. The loading is different. The banking's different. There are a bunch of tools and options to adjust the race car all the way around the track, and that's what Chad really enjoys about that place.
We'll have live coverage of knockout qualifying from Pocono Raceway starting at 4:30 Eastern Time Friday afternoon. And the Camping World Truck Series race presented by Keystone Light tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern. Stories, pictures, video, stats, and more are all at MRN.com. I'm Woody Kane. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
Coming August 8th and 9th, the first annual Ocala Bike Fest. How would you like a chance to win a 2014 Harley Street Glide? How about a 2014 Indian Chief Vintage? The tickets are only $100 each, and each chance drawing has only 599 tickets. Now that is some great odds. All proceeds go to ARC. Questions, call 387-2210. The number again is 387-2210. Ocala Bike Fest. We'll see you there.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Your fingertips. Glad you've joined us on the Clark Howard Show, just devoted to you. I want you to gain knowledge from me that gives you power in your pocketbook so you can save more, spend less, and don't let anybody rip you off. And we have our Clark Howard On Demand app that is free for your iPhone or your Android. Hope you'll download it, give it a try, and you'll find video, audio, and app-exclusive content for you on the go. I'm asked a lot by parents when I'm out and about and I'm with my children, what age should a kid have a cell phone? And the answer is, I don't know. There is no right age for every kid in every situation. A lot of times if there's a couple that is separated or divorced, the kids go back and forth, kids almost regardless of age in that situation will be given a cell phone by one or the other parent or both agree. And then otherwise in a traditional nuclear family, There are situations where a parent's working or, they're holding together, picking up the child by rubber bands and all that, and you don't want a child ever to be sitting there at carpool with a miscommunication, nobody picking him up, and the child has no way to call you. So I can't tell you the right age. I can't do it. But I can tell you that there are very affordable options now where you as a parent are able to put a phone in a child's hands and at the same time be able to limit what they're doing at almost no money per month or no money per month. Do you know there's one called Scratch Wireless that you can put in a child's hands after you buy the phone and has no monthly service fee? No monthly service fee. The Scratch Wireless phone allows unlimited text messaging, but calling can only be done where there's Wi-Fi. And web surfing or apps and all that can only, apps once they're downloaded can be used, but that you can only download stuff, you can only web surf, whatever someone would do with a phone where there's Wi-Fi. So it allows a parent at no monthly cost to be able to stay in touch through texting. And a lot of kids only want to text anyway. They don't want to talk. Then Khajiit, $14.99 a month, has complete parental controls where you control everything your child can do on that phone. You get unlimited text messages, but only 60 calling minutes a month. Data is very expensive on the Khajiit plan. It's really just for staying in touch. And then Sprint has a new kids plan that gives parents location tracking and parental controls. And the Sprint, called the WeGo, is $10 a month and allows 1,000 minutes, 1,000 text messages. It is a very good deal from Sprint. There may be other choices. These are the three best I've seen. And if you're driving and you're trying to remember this stuff, don't worry. We have all this explained at clarkhoward.com. Our number is 877-87-CLARK. Merced is with us on the Clark Howard Show. How are you?
Hi, how are you, Clark?
Good.
Well, my daughter's boyfriend just asked my permission to marry my daughter.
Oh.
And
you said no. No, I mean.
I had to say yes because my daughter put a gun on my head. No, I'm just kidding. They wanted to know, they were talking about doing it this year.
Okay.
And in Seattle, Washington, because that's where they first fell in love, in Oak Harbor. And so they want to do it there, but I'm concerned about the months because my daughter don't want to do it in November because she said it's cold there. She doesn't want to do
cold, rainy, gray.
Yeah, because
drab.
It's going to be outdoors, and so now they moved it. The boyfriend is saying September, but that's real close to. They may not have enough money. They may not be able to save up for September. So I know you know about the best deals as to where we can the best time of the year to do things. So
Seattle in September, the weather generally it can be beautiful in September there, and it's before it really gets that drab gray rainy thing really kicked off. It's a good month too because airfares are really good in September. Hotel rates on the weekend are good because the summer travel season's over. His timing of September is really pretty smart.
Okay.
So it's a good idea to do a September wedding. And as people will be flying in from around the country, how many people will be coming?
Well, there would be 3, including the 2-year-old baby, and of course the parents of the groom.
Oh, so just a very small wedding party.
Yeah, she just wants to be intimate and be just a family.
Oh, so if it's just like 6-8 people, then this isn't going to be hard at all. What part of the country do various people live in that are going to the wedding?
Guam for their side and Florida from our side here.
Well, you as a Floridian, you got it easy as could be getting to Seattle. Where in Florida are you?
Central.
Oh, you see, the Orlando area.
Yes.
You know, you have Southwest Airlines.
Okay.
In Orlando, and they do a lot of sales. There'll be for September, which is a time that the airlines dump seats at very good fares. You'll find a deal. If you wait later in the year, you probably want to look at buying something not till sometime after the 4th of July.
Okay, after the 4th of July.
Yeah,
Would
and
that be
hotels.
safe for her coming from Guam?
Guam, wow, that's a hard ticket. I mean, as he's probably explained, flying to and from Guam is very expensive.
Yes.
And so I don't even know where to start with a suggestion for a ticket from Guam to the U.S. mainland.
Okay.
Because it will be, that'll be more money than the whole wedding is going to cost.
I agree. And that's another thing that I was not sure of, if it's the mother's side, the daughter's side of the family who's responsible for a wedding like this, or it should be the man's side. Because where I come from, it's the guy's side that pays for everything, and not the
well,
bride.
I think the easiest way to handle that, now, it'd be interesting if the groom called me what I would say, but the easiest way to handle it is that each handles their own air and hotel. And because the couple getting married, they're already adults in their own lives, let them pay for the wedding.
That's good for me.
And as for the relatives coming in from Guam, I think your future son-in-law is going to be the one who's going to have to bankroll some of that probably.
Right.
Because you're probably talking somewhere like $1,200 or so.
Oh, yeah, at least, because that's how much we paid. We just got back, and that was how much my daughter paid for my airfare.
Okay,
$1,200.
So that was a pretty good guess on my part.
That was very good, my dear. That's why when she told me about they were not sure about September or November, I said I know exactly who I should call to find out about what month you should get married.
Yeah, I like September because it is a bargain kind of month. And the most expensive month of the year for weddings, do you know what that is?
December.
The most expensive month for weddings is the month of June.
Oh.
Because that is the most popular wedding month. So all the services that go with the wedding tend to be in high demand and pricier. Paul is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Paul.
I went to a meeting yesterday. It's about, travel vacation, and it sounded real good because I'm close to retirement and I want to do some travel. But as usual, I tried to check out your site, and I saw something that made me think that I probably made a wrong move.
What was it they were offering you? Was it where you prepay a block of vacations for the future?
Right, yes.
And how much money did they get from you yesterday, or what did you sign your name to?
It's a contract that says that I pay down 10% of the total cost, and there's a monthly payment.
And what is the total cost?
$2,900.
And you have 3 days to change your mind?
Yes, I do have 3 days.
All right. I want you to, I hear you're really nervous now. I want you to cancel that contract because the whole prepaid vacation thing is a giant ripoff. In most cases, it's just a flat-out scam.
I suspected that after looking at it just seems so complicated, all the fees, and it seems, okay.
It's a giant ripoff. So the thing is, one of the ripoffs is they will pretend that you did not properly cancel in the 3 days. Mm-hmm. In the contract, it will specify exactly what's required of you to cancel. And normally it will be that you have to have a letter postmarked by the 3rd day. But whatever it says, you do it. If it's to be done by the mail, you make a copy of your letter and you send it certified mail, return receipt requested.
Okay.
How did you pay the 10%?
Credit card.
Okay, so you do all that, and then when they don't give you back your 10%, you then you dispute the charge with your credit card company next month, and you say, I canceled exactly as required under the contract. Here's a copy of my certified mail slip, all that, because you're going to be in a fight that doesn't end easily, but as long as you do everything right, you should be able to get your money back.
All right.
So let me tell you in short why this is such a ripoff, okay? They do this presentation to you where they create this fantasy about how you have earned it. You've worked all these years. You're going to be able to travel wherever you want to, and you pay us this money up front, and you can see the world practically for free. Does it feel like I was in there yesterday?
Yes, it does sound like that.
Well, that's because in my TV work, we did an undercover shoot at one of these clowns' places.
Okay.
And we put it on TV, and it was very ugly. And then the people tried to have me arrested, and so I've got quite a history with this. But I will tell you that what happens is it's a mirage.
Okay.
Because they tell you you're going to be able to do all this great travel for practically nothing. And then when you try to book travel, it's never, ever available.
Okay.
Okay?
I sense that too. Okay.
Yeah. So, see, they're already calling you to tell you why I'm a liar. I hear your phone chirping in the background. But remember, exactly as required in the contract, you cancel, and you got to have proof. That's why you do the certified mail. Good luck to you. And Joel, you have a quick Ask Clark for me.
Yeah, Clark, this one's from Carol. She posted it at clarkhoward.com on the message board. She said, I have several credit cards with my big bank. They canceled one of them without any notification to us at all. I was told by the representative that it was closed because I hadn't used it in 3 years. How is this going to affect my credit score?
If you have a number of cards, the fact that you're using very little of your available credit, meaning 30% or less of your total available credit limits, it will have minimal effect on you. A little pinch, that's all. On the other hand, if you had quite a credit limit on this, and with the cards you use, you've been using a lot of your available credit, anything more than 30%, this could have a significant effect on your credit score. In short, the key is you never want to use more than 30 cents of every dollar of your total available credit. And if you want to boost your credit score, never use more than 10% of your total available credit of all your credit cards. As long as this is not putting you into any kind of serious harm's way, the hit to your credit should be very minor. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Ew, get the stinky dog away from me.
Petey stopped eating. All his hair fell out.
Mounds and mounds of fur. Our hairballs have hairballs. Bad breath and bad gas.
Chew himself raw, sticky, gooey, smelly. She scratched incessantly.
At least $5,000 in vet bill. And all it took was one container of Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
859-428-1000.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
The digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Adding Dinovite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked.
The shedding is stopped and the itching is stopped.
Tons of energy, no more bad smell.
She has gotten this puppy look. Her coat has sheen. Everything we tried failed except the Dinovite.
My vet was completely blown away.
Dinovite's the bomb.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Working on your car is a job with no 401k, stock options, or expense account. That's why AutoZone works hard to deliver the parts and advice you need. Because even though you're not getting a paycheck, it still pays to do it yourself.
Now at AutoZone, get a 5-quart jug of Valvoline conventional motor oil and a Fram Extra Guard oil filter for only $22.99.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
See store for restrictions and details.
Hey, neighbor.
Hi.
Hi, I need a Father's Day gift, and my husband said no more ties.
Reached his limit, huh? No problem. With any $20 Craftsman purchase, you'll get this free 17-inch Craftsman outdoor thermometer.
Cool. Does it come in pinstripes?
Now through June 15th, stop by your neighborhood Ace to find great gifts for Dad and get a free Craftsman outdoor thermometer with a $20 Craftsman purchase. On pre-tax purchases at participating stores, limit 1 while quantities last.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
This is the Salvation Army, and I'm Major George Patterson to let you know that the Salvation Army is available 24 hours a day to provide help to anyone. We also have a family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala. On Tuesday to Saturday from 9 to 4, you can do your shopping, or if you want to donate, you can call 352-732-4469, and we'll even pick up 352-732-4469. All funds generated by our store go into the programs here in Marion County to help the needy.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most men also viewed home improvement projects as a way of expressing how much they care for their families. Exercise alone will help you drop about 2 to 3% of your weight over a year. But if you cut your diet by 500 calories a day, you'll lose a pound a week. Look for a partner with happily married parents. This is especially important if your mom and dad got a divorce.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Your official news source, WOCA.
Our number is 877-87-CLARK. Josh joins us on the Clark Howard Show. Josh, hello.
Hello.
Josh, your sister is going to go on a free cruise? How did you get to do that?
That's the way they made it sound anyway.
What's the story? How did they find your sister?
Well, it seems to be some kind of junk mailer that they send out for timeshares. You might be familiar with that. I don't know.
And so she gets the junk mail, and the junk mail says if she comes here, the timeshare presentation.
Yeah, you got to sit through some kind of presentation, and then they want to send you on this free cruise for like 2 days or something like that. And then it's a whole bunch of free tickets to like Universal Studios and Disney World.
Now, you said this is your sister?
Yeah.
Did she go to the timeshare presentation?
She hadn't yet.
I'll tell you, it's a waste of her time.
What I'm worried about is after she had called me and asked me about it, I said, I think you got scammed. And
well, she hadn't paid any money, has she?
She paid $700.
She did what? She did what? For a free cruise, she paid $700?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you said that if she went to hear the timeshare presentation, she would then get a free cruise.
Well, that's what they told her, and then, she said, well, what about extra days and stuff like this? And I said, whoa, wait a minute. And
how long's it been since she did this?
I think it was last week.
All right. Now, what state was the supposed free cruise that wasn't based in?
I think it's supposed to be based in Florida.
All right. Florida has, let me tell you, there may be, usually when you do something like this, there's no way to save yourself. But Florida has had such an awful reputation for all the travel scams that Florida has a Florida seller of travel law that under certain conditions gives you 30 days to change your mind. I think it's unique in the country, and get a refund.
All right.
Now, there's a Florida office called the Florida Division of Consumer Services.
Okay.
And that's who I'm going to want your sister to call and see if she has a right to get her $700 back. But
all right.
If a cruise is free, let's review. If a cruise is free, what is the price you should pay?
$0.
That is right. And don't beat your sister up too much. Just guide her here, and let's see if she can't get her money back. And hang on, we're going to give you the number for the Florida Division of Consumer Services. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. 4 shooting victims, 1 arrest made at Seattle Pacific University. The school on lockdown, police looking for a second suspect there. Senate members not notified about a pending swap of Sergeant Bo Bergdahl for 5 Taliban prisoners out of safety concerns.
There were real concerns that this were made public first. His physical security could be in danger more, about either the Taliban walking away or about an individual Taliban member who perhaps was guarding him.
State Department spokesperson Marie Harf. Acting VA Secretary Sloan Gibson saying 1,700 veterans were not included on an official waiting list in Phoenix.
VA has reached out to every single one of those 1,700. And where we have been able to establish contact, we have made contact, explored medical needs, and many hundreds of those have been scheduled for appointments.
Gibson in Phoenix earlier today. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You like car stuff. Napa has car stuff, like fuel stuff, brake stuff, even cleaning stuff. And the only thing better than car stuff is car stuff that's half off. So stock up on your car stuff with half off selected stuff. Conquer the job. That's Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/14.
And now,
Another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man who's in the Federal Witness Protection Program told us he recently left his quiet, anonymous row house and went to Golfsmith because right now, when you buy $99 worth of Adidas golf apparel or shoes, you get a $25 gift card. And we hope Jimmy Collin of 3792 Morningside Lane becomes a regular... Oh no. Right now, spend $99 or more on Adidas products and get a $25 gift card, only at Golfsmith.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help.
We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, hey, I've got a problem, and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Here are the categories.
I'll take Mike Scott Plumbing for $1,000, please, Alex.
Answer. Daily double.
I'll wager $5,000.
All right. Here is the clue. PU is the type of this complication.
What is a sewage backup?
Yes, that's right.
It's all fun and games until something happens to you, like a septic system failure or a clogged drain or line, leaving you saying PU. But not to worry, Mike Scott Plumbing is there to get you out of that jeopardy and back on track. And they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. From septic pumping to lawn irrigation to high-efficiency water heaters. At Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Stop by one of the newly renovated showrooms in Hernando or Wildwood, or call today, 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
He's America's consumer warrior, teaching you to save more, spend less, and avoid getting ripped off. He's Clark Howard.
I'm glad you're with us here on the Clark Howard Show. It means you want to be empowered with knowledge so you can save more and spend less and not get ripped off. Do I have info about you empowering yourself with more knowledge for free straight ahead? And a half hour from now, you know those Capital One ads that, I don't know if they still run these, but they were very popular for a while. What's in your wallet? Which came out of the whole thing about back of the wallet, the cards kind of vanish into the ether. Well, I'm asked a lot an odd question. People want to know what credit card or credit cards I carry. So I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you why I carry the ones that I do a half hour from now. Right now, though, I want to tell you we have a guide at clarkhoward.com that I am so excited about. Callie, who's one of our contributors at clarkhoward.com, wrote an item for us about how you can get education for free. And this is important to me because when people debate with me the value of going here or going there or not going at all, there's always the dollar sign attached to it. And people are trying to do what economists call cost-benefit analysis. Is it worth it spending this money to get that? But a lot of what you may need to know is now available for free. I love all the courses available. If you're trying to bulk up your knowledge and you're not worried about the piece of paper, there are now hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of college courses that you can take for free. You may have heard me talk about Coursera before, and it has really caught on. Yale is in it. UC Berkeley is in it. Northwestern, Georgia Tech, among other schools, completely for free. You enroll, you take the course online. The reality, you have to be a very self-motivated person. The abandonment rate on these free courses is huge. People may, with the best of intentions, sign up for one. They don't matriculate. I don't know if you can call it matriculate. But yeah, they don't complete the course. We'll leave it at that. So you got to be the right person. A lot of people need the impetus of being graded and getting credit for it and working towards a degree. It is a special person who says, I'm happy just to know the stuff. So that's not all. There are a number of open education programs available through various consortia, whatever you call it. I guess I need to go back to school and take a free English course to be able to say that. And MIT and Harvard and Carnegie Mellon, among others, are in these programs. And we have this all listed for you at Clark